The road to Redbull Wololo Legacy is fully underway. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Pool B matchup between Demuslim versus Recon. You can see there on the overlay. Match A is what we're covering today. We're going to be covering all the qualifiers, all of these matches for this June monthly. Looking forward to it. We've covered a lot already, but if you're watching it in sequential order, this will be the 5th video to be released. As you can see, we've covered the 4 quarterfinals from Pool 1 already. This will be the first qualifier, or quarterfinals rather, for Pool number 2 between Demuslim versus Recon. The battle of the two Englishmen. Both players are from England, as far as I can recall. And we have in the blue, playing on the west side of the map, Recon playing as the English no less. And on the right side of the map, we've got Demuslim playing in red as the Abbasid dynasty. It's an interesting civ matchup. Now, when we talk about the English in particular, we have a couple of options that we've seen being used by the pro players. It seems to be 3 main types of builds. There seems to be the fast longbowman rush, where you focus everything on getting those longbows early. There's the second build where it's kind of a wheelbarrow approach, going for the early mill, wheelbarrow into farms, and then maybe into feudalage play, maybe going into a fast castle. And then there's the straight up fast castle that we see a lot of players doing on closed maps like Altai perhaps. We see GUA doing a very nice fast castle build using the deer. Those seem to be the 3 strategies, but coming up against the Abbasid dynasty, there is an interesting conundrum, because the Abbasid dynasty have this ability to get that extension, the second town centre, super fast. In my opinion, it's probably the fastest possible second town centre you can have, and keep it running at the same time. It seems to be with the Abbasid dynasty, especially with the fresh foodstuffs technology, which reduces the cost of their villages by 50%, going up with the economic wing from the House of Wisdom. And that poses a unique problem for the English civilization, because the English civilization, they tend to be strong in the very early feudalage, with kind of have a bit of a longbowman, spearman, ram rush is a possibility. But then after that, they kind of taper off compared to the other civilizations. They then come into the fore in the late, hyper late imperial age, where they can have the enclosures on their farms, that kind of infinite gold. And if they can push the game for a long period of time, then that's where English really start to come to the fore. But against the Abbasid dynasty, it pronounces a conundrum, because the Abbasid dynasty can have that second town centre, and they can really build up an economy. And the feudal age for the Abbasid dynasty is actually not too bad. In fact, it's actually going to be really strong, because the second town centre effectively runs at the cost of 1, except for the initial cost of the town centre itself. And because of that, the economy is growing and flourishing for the Abbasid dynasty, and that will very quickly fuel a stronger feudal age army that could fight off the feudal age army for the English. So you have to feel like, playing as the English, you can't really go for a straight up feudal age fight, because you will very quickly fall behind in an economy, and then your opponent can just outproduce you in feudal age. So this is an interesting conundrum for the English civilization, and you just feel like maybe it needs to be a kind of a small longbowman rush to kind of keep your opponent honest, see if you can get some value, and then maybe look to transition into the castle age depending on what value and what the game pans out. But it seems like castle age is an issue and needs to be reached for the English, because the English civilization in the castle age, if they go up with the King's Palace, they can get that second town centre to start matching the economy numbers. Obviously, it's double the cost for the villagers, but you want to at least keep the economy at some kind of balance as you can. But the main difference is that you're going to have the eco and the tech upgrades available for you for your army, and the ability to produce knights, man-at-arms, castle age units, which can then be used to harass your opponent. I feel like knights on a map like Dry Arabia will be essential for that mobility. We shall see how this game pans out. A lot of discussion about the civilization matchup, and I like talking about the civilization matchups because it helps me understand the game, and I play the game a lot myself, so I play a lot of English, so I do see a lot of these matchups regularly in my personal experience, and hopefully we shall see a good matchup today, because we do have this stone on the front line for Demuslim. He needs to get that stone quick and early for that second town centre. We see the longbowmen coming out. They may be looking to harass that stone line, and if he can actually harass that stone line, that would be pretty key. It looks like Demuslim now sending more villagers, because he wants that. Yeah, he needs that 300. He needs the magic number of 300 stone, so he can get that second town centre. He look to try and delay the longbows, but the longbows are coming out at 4 minutes 40 seconds. A pretty fast build there for Recon. As you can see, going for that longbowman rush, not getting a mill, not going for the wheelbarrow, none of those farms, relying on the food economy from the sheep. And this is a nice approach here, looking to try and deny the villagers on stone, be putting them under pressure. I suspect Demuslim will collect the 300 stone he needs. Might take a couple of losses though. Might sacrifice a scout. He does. Oh, he just gets enough there. 305 stone there for Demuslim. As you can see, 5 minutes on the clock, and Demuslim already has enough stone. Just need to work his way to get the wood, and then get that second town centre. Speaking of which, we need to have a discussion about where he could put that second town centre, because it will need to protect the economy, primarily food and wood, because in the feudal age, often, well, the units actually cost just food and wood for the Abbasid dynasty. They don't have a gold unit in the feudal age, so I just feel like maybe a town centre here near the berries and the wood will be quite nice, but it doesn't secure another food resource, which he probably would want quite a lot. The longbow is going to flank on the right side, going to look to deny the villagers on the wood line. This is an issue for Demuslim. Doesn't have the wood he needs for the second town centre just yet. Dropping a stable now, forced into it, has to really, because he's sending one longbowman here on the berries. This is actually a really nice play for Recon. What he's done here is he recognizes his opponent doesn't have any military on the field, so he just splits up the longbows, one on this wood line, that side of the wood line on the west side, two on this east side, and he sent a longbowman just to harass the berry villagers. And this is a problem for Demuslim. Look, he's got 28 villagers in the town centre looking to get the food. He's just short of the wood. He just needs, well, actually quite a bit. He needs 106 wood more. Get that second town centre, and Muslim's in a spot of bother. He's going to have to spend that wood, actually. He's not going to be able to expand. He's going to need to get some horsemen on the field to be able to position this position. And the problem for him is, if, it's a big if, there's a barracks on the field. It's actually going for a stable Recon. There's not going to be spearmen to counteract the horsemen. He's going to go for horsemen of his own. And that's not so bad, because that army will come in thick and fast with the mobility of the horsemen. Now, Demuslim looking to go down the south wood line here, getting another lumber camp. Investing in that lumber camp has to do so. And it's a good early pressure from Recon here, using the ability for the English civilization and the council hall to produce those longbows very, very fast. Fascinating opening to this game. Gotta get that wood income to get that second town centre eventually. But it looks like now Recon is quite happy to head back home. And I think Recon is doing a great job of getting the farms down. He's going to get that transition, nice farming transition. And he's going heavy on gold. You can smell it here, guys. It's going to be the castle age, because he knows his opponent's going for that second town centre. Well, he's going to have to match him. And he's going to do that by getting to the castle age, and he's going to have a tech advantage. I suspect he's actually not going to produce any horsemen from the stable. It's just preemptively, just in case he is put under a bit of feudal age pressure. He has a production building if he needs to produce. But I suspect it's going to be lances on the menu in the castle age. He's almost got enough gold, just needs a bit more food, running out of sheep. But he's got a nice farming transition here, Recon, spending the wood as he receives it. Okay, so now with a bit of breathing space, Demuslim can expand a little bit further out. Go for the berries there and the wood line. All in all, a very nice spot. Very nice spot indeed for Demuslim to be able to expand there. And he's going to cycle around with a horseman and a scout. Scouts are being used for the vision. It's really important to do this in games, to have that scout, because the horsemen and knights themselves don't actually have that much vision on them. And the scout certainly adds value. And the horseman will look to harass the villagers on gold, but Recon probably should have enough gold for the age up, but he won't have enough for knights. So horseman, as we see, does have a couple of horsemen. The village is going to fire off as well, longbows in defense. And it's going to be tough for Demuslim to push in, because of course the English are fantastic at defending, especially with the network of castles bonus and the little ding 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 sound that they get when they're under attack. You can hear it there in the background. There is the age up, little gong there. It's going up the King's Palace, I suspect. Another stable going down, second stable going to the King's Palace on the gold. This is a nice touch, because they need to protect that gold vein. He needs that gold, precious gold, to be able to afford the castle age units. Now the horseman numbers are starting to slowly build up, 3 of them on the field for Demuslim. It looks like Demuslim's going up for a castle age himself, not sensing too much feudal age pressure. The castle age will be in there for Recon first, going for a second stable, and we may see a monastery as well, because that's a nice touch for the English. Going up to the next stage quicker means that he can get the monastery and go for those relics. But will he prioritise that? I'm not so sure. I might be prioritising the knights. We shall see how he plays this one out, what Recon decides to do in this matchup. Wheelbarrow is now coming in for Recon, as you can tell. That's a relatively late, wheelbarrow after the castle age upgrade has done. And I say relatively, this is the strategy he's chosen. Like, this is completely planned, I'm sure, by Recon. And it's just a difference that, strategies that can happen when playing as the English. Now, it doesn't seem like the horsemen are going to get too much value. They do cycle around, try to get, they do actually get decent value. They could pick up a villager, but not much more than that, I don't think. Longbow's there. Going to snipe another villager potentially, if he's able to, but the villager is microed back by Recon. Nice micro there to pull that villager back before he dies. And now the King's Palace will go up, offer a protection on that gold mine. Does drop an outpost as well. Good measure. Okay, let's take a look at the villager count once that second town centre in the form of the King's Palace goes up. Monastery being put down instantaneously, as we discussed earlier. 34 villagers for Recon, 39 for Demuslim. But Demuslim does have a greater presence of villagers, not huge amounts, 5 he has an extra, but The key difference is that Liquid Demuslim, Demuslim represented by Liquid rather, he is getting 2 for 1, getting a good deal for his villagers. There is the monastery there, going to get some relics hopefully for him. And Demuslim is looking to get up to the next stage as well, I suspect. He's been saving up for it, going up with the Culture Wing, looking to get the Preservation of Knowledge upgrade, which reduces the cost of all technologies by 30%. A very nice bonus for the Abbasid dynasty. And the Horseman going to raid a couple of villages there on the wood line, looking to keep those villages honest. This villager will go down, I suspect. It's kind of trapped and running around, but won't be able to run away from this. Oh, wow, okay. I'm not sure why that happened, but Recon decides not to focus on that villager for some reason, but might have not just seen that. Farming economy slowly expanding for Recon. As you can see, 14 villagers on gold. Getting those knights now on the field. Pushing them forward, probably looking to raid there. This is a nice approach for Recon. Needs to do some damage whilst he has the advantage in the castle age, because the Muslim's going to get there quickly. And look at the food and gold income that he's got. He's got double stable himself, triple stable. So he could go for some camels, he could go for some knights himself or lancers for the Abbasid dynasty. That will be important to see and keep an eye on, because let's just check how long away he is from castle age. About to get there, 11 minutes 30 seconds. There is the age up for Demuslim. And let's just see what he queues up. He does queue up lancers. They're coming out on the field from 3 stables, and also a camel as well, actually 2 stables producing the knights, the lancers, and 1 stable producing the camels. Raiding coming in for Recon with the knight, gonna snipe some villages. Only 10 villages can fit in this town centre. Horsemen are gonna sweep round for Demuslim, but there is a knight there, so that will do a lot of damage. You can see good micro here from Demuslim, and this is gonna be cleaned up more or less. The knight's gonna have to go back for Recon. Let's take a look at the relic situation, whether Recon has been able to snag any just yet. None so far. But there is 1 relic being brought back for Recon. Textiles is researched by Demuslim to boost the health of the villagers. That's important because he's going to be raided quite heavily here. Although... Okay, so the aggression is being limited here for Recon because of the expansion and the town centre protection that Demuslim has. And let's take a look at the village count, because that's going to be key. 50 for Demuslim, 49 for Recon. Recon doing well to match up the village counts. But we're taking a look at camels. That is a direct counter to the knights. That's going to be an issue that Recon will need to address. Could go for longbows in addition to his knights army. It looks like barracks actually instead. Maybe man-at-arms, maybe spearmen. Probably spearmen, I suspect. Market going down just to rebalance the economy for Recon, I suspect. Monastery does have now 1 relic sitting in there. I want to see if Demuslim's going for a monastery himself, or a mosque rather. That's what the building is for the Abbasid dynasty. No mosque on the field yet. Does have a relic here, nice for the taking there, ripe for the taking. We're pushing forward now with his army of 4 lancers, 4 camels. 1 camel and 4 horsemen. Now post looking to be pushed down on the front line. Will get denied though, because there's quite a few army there coming forward. Villagers pull back here. The woodline is exposed here for Recon. That's an issue. Doesn't have another safe woodline to retreat to. Actually does have this one on the west, but still relatively exposed. Those villagers are having a lot of idle time. The army for Demuslim diving in there. Villagers not garrisoning in the town centre, so the town centre not getting a huge amount of value. Probably could garrison in a couple more villages to get the value, but there are spearmen adding to the mix. That's going to help certain things certainly. They are hardened spearmen as well. The lancers are going to be heading back home. Looking to defend the position, but actually this is a very nice cleanup for Demuslim. Demuslim has the military numbers. It's going to lose some villagers here, Recon, if it's not careful. He needs to garrison. These villagers are going to be exposed on the woodline as well. Yeah, Demuslim getting good value here. Recon's needing to address that. He takes a lot of villagers off on the woodline though, so Recon does manage to raid in response. A good charge attack there for both players really, but the Lancers will go down now for Demuslim fighting underneath the town centre. I feel like Recon got a better value here. Looks like he actually killed a lot of villagers there on the woodline. They're going to harass the villagers on stone now. Looks like maybe Demuslim saving up for a keep, maybe even a 3rd town centre. Let's take a look at the village count after that massive amount of raiding. 57 for Demuslim, 54 for Recon, so Demuslim did get the better of the issue. But villagers being idle here on the berries as well. Managed to pick off another one. And this is nice baiting with the knight here. Pulling one knight away, making Lancers chase after, and gives space for the knights for the English raid and get more village kills. Doesn't commit to killing another, pulls away there. A 3rd town centre going for Demuslim, looking to get the village count even higher. This is actually really a smart play by Abbasid Dynasty because this is costing him, he's got 3 town centres, but it's costing him the effectively cost of 1.5. So he could afford another town centre and the villager cost will be the same from the 2 town centres for Recon. Recon's going to have to take some really good cost-effective trades here. because that eco is going to be really, really strong for Demuslim. This is where the economy is super strong for the Abbasid dynasty. This is where the English kind of tail off in their power. They may need to go to force the issue to the hyper late game by stone walling or even palisade walling just to secure the position. Relics are being brought in. That's the second one. That's the third one coming in now for Recon. Nice macro approach here for Recon. The game does go super late. That could come into the issue. And the Muslim now going to be getting that villager count particularly high with that third town centre. And a very nice spot, by the way. Offers protection for that wood line. And also access to the stone and kind of protection for the deer somewhat. But more outposts going forward for the Muslim to add in the defensive fortifications. He actually fortified that outpost as well. Bloomery completed, so those knights will be upgraded. As you can see now, walls are starting to go up for Recon, offering that map control, well, protection rather, for this backward economy. Getting the outpost there as well for the gold and the stone. Nice bit of economy there will be protected for Recon. Switching into Spearmen, veteran Spearmen here for Recon. Looking to play defensive for now, it seems. Bringing those relics here. Fourth relic coming in here. That's going to be huge. A lot of gold income there for Recon, playing as the English. Alright, a lot of farming economy for Recon. Now, where is that last relic? I'm not sure. Has that been picked up? Not sure. Actually, it would have been here, wouldn't it? That's likely to be the relic. I wonder whether, yeah, the mosque has come into play for Demuslim, has picked up a relic. Expanding to the east side, we will need to protect that area because Golden Age 2 has been activated for the Abbasid dynasty. This is a big fight here in the middle, it seems, going forward. Although Demuslim is going to back away from that, won't want to take that fight with the amount of spearmen on the field. Feels like if you're Demuslim, you need to get some camel archers maybe, or perhaps some archers. I'm sure that kind of transition will come into play because it needs an answer for the spearmen that's on the field for Recon. Now, Recon looking to get hold of the sacred sites. A lot of exposed here villagers here on the front line. Might be needs to keep an eye on that thing, on those villagers, because there are spearmen looking to defend that scholar as well, the monk. Well, outpost doesn't go up. This is an issue for the English. They want to take advantage of the network of castles bonus. That outpost just ranges that. That'll help his position. The forward keep going, well, relative defensive keep rather, for Demuslim, but on the front side of his base, going up with 22 villagers. I'm not sure if Recon will allow that just to go up. We shall see. The army for Demuslim heading back. I'm not sure that's a smart move. What? Yeah, he's just kept his army and not particularly good spot considering the castle going up, and Recon going to be able to delay it. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to deny it, but actually I think if you're Demuslim, you may not be able to get this keep up because there are a lot of spearmen there. Doesn't want to take that fight. The knights are going to detract and pull away the knights, meaning the spearmen can do some damage on the villagers. Demuslim throwing away a lot of villagers here, but to be fair, he's got 3 town centers. The keep will go up. That's going to be a massive influential factor in this game. His keep will be in a strong position. That central sacred site, the army does have to back off for Recon now, so Demuslim will get the keep up with some losses. But that can be expected and effectively a good trade. I think probably the right thing there for Demuslim, because you want that keep, you want that central position and that strength and that stronghold to protect this forward economy, because there's so much exposed here. There's deer, there's stone, and then access the front part of the base. Demuslim looking to get a sacred site of his own on the left side. But the gold income should be pretty strong here for Recon, having 4 relics and 2 sacred sites. A lot of villagers here, pretty exposed, 35 on them for gold. I mean, the thing is that Recon sees that. He did have a scout there that was killed, so it might be a spectator bug, so we don't really see that now. But decapping the central sacred site now, that's a nice spot for the keep. Recon could take an assault here, that would be incredible. Another keep going on the right side, so Demuslim looking to get a hold of this massive gold vein as well. Well, massive in size, only 3,000 though, in the outcropping. That keep will be in a nice spot. Let's take a look at the villager count. 82 for Recon, 96 for Demuslim. Looks like Recon might be saving up for the Imperial Age. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, but maybe just because of the fact he has too much gold that he knows what to do with. We'll switch to crossbows, so the army composition here for Recon is going to be knights, spearmen and crossbows. Got a keep of his own in the centre part of the map. That's going to be a source of the battle, I suspect. We're going to get a network of castles, citadels rather. That'd be a nice bonus to get. He's getting a trebuchet first. Makes sense, he wants to start sieging down the keep there for the Abbasid dynasty. 20 minutes on the clock for game number 1. It's best of 5. nice economy here, flowing here. Lots of farms for the English. Slowly moving across the map as well. Little pockets of economy there. Bloomery comes in. And the Sixth site now being captured by Demuslim. Another keep going there on the right side for Recon. The North Sixth site being decapped as well. So Recon might want to stop that happening. And there's a trebuchet. This first trebuchet going to start firing out. So he won't want to... He'll probably find it acceptable to lose that Sixth site on the north. Because he wants to push the issue now. He noticed that... the Bastard dynasty could be quite strong in the late Castle Age, especially with the strength of the economy. So Recon wants to pile on the pressure. He needs to keep his economy back home safe so he can get up to the Imperial Age and play the hyper late game. If it does get to the hyper late game, that would be important for the English civilization. It'll play to their strengths, that's for sure. Second trebuchet will be coming out soon. The Bastard dynasty doesn't have any siege on the field. That's an issue. We'll need to invest in a siege workshop for trebuchets on its own. Going to turn into a trebuchet war, it seems, at this point. Yeah, now Recon building quite the force. Looks like Demuslim's saving up for the Imperial Age. I think it's quite clear, actually. He's got the food almost. He's got the gold already. Saving up for the food for the Imperial Age. Spending a little bit now. We shall see if he actually commits to it. A lot of farm. Holy smokes, that is very beautiful. A very nice farming economy for Demuslim. We might need to offer some protection, though, because it could be open to raiding quite heavily by the Knights. If Recon so chooses to do so. But the Imperial Age will be coming in for Demuslim. This is an issue, so this is something to consider. When you age up, that's usually when you're most vulnerable, because that gives you a bit of a tag for your opponent to say, okay, well, you need to kind of press the issue now. He's going to start to wall up this side here, and he's got a lot of spearmen in defense. That's a nice touch there to protect those walls going up. A lot of times people send villagers to wall out without any protection, but actually Recon decides, nope, not going to do that. Can have the spearmen on hand to take good, cost-effective trades. The Knights are going to sweep around onto the left. Recon needs to react to those villagers, and that's exactly what he does. Very nice reaction to save those villagers. Knights try to charge in, doesn't get the charge attack off though. And now the keep with two trebuchets pushing the front lines. The Muslim having to invest a lot of wood to repair this keep, but it's certainly worth it. He needs to bide his time, get siege of his own. Siege workshop only going down now for the Muslim. And the lance is being pulled, pushed back by Recon's spearman army there. Network of citadels has been researched for Recon, so we'll be having that 50% attack speed buff for the English army. Oh, this is an engagement here that Demuslim doesn't want to take against the spearmen. He might win it overall, but he's going to lose a lot of gold units. That's a bit rough. Loses a lot of lancers for free. And I think Recon smells blood there now. There is the age up for Recon, looking to go up with the... Let's take a look. What's he going up with? Actually, Demuslim doesn't actually tech up. He's not actually teched up to the next stage just yet, so he had to spend the food. It's going to be the Wingard Palace, which will offer cheap trebuchets for Recon. And now Recon looking to solidify his position on the west side with the palisade walls. Going to try to defend himself from raiding. Now we see just two trebuchets on the line, just looking to push down that keep. That keep does go down. Not enough wood there to repair it, and Demuslim now is pushed back a little bit. The economy has been maximized here on the front line though for Demuslim. Demuslim does get to the Imperial Age. Maybe he did take it. Maybe he did get there. He's up with the Imperial Age. Let's see what wing he took. Looked like it was the military wing. And now Demuslim getting there first. Look at the economy. He's got so much. He's got so much food, so much gold. He could afford the Imperial Age a second time. Recon getting up to the next stage soon though with the Wingard Palace. Looks like, as we said, Recon now needs to press the issue, but there is another keep there defensively on that wood line. And look at the food and gold income for Demuslim. This is absolutely insane. I think if you're Recon, you want to delay the game for as long as you can now, because he needs to play that win condition of farming enclosures in the late game. There is the Imperial Age coming in for Recon. Let's look to see if he gets those enclosures in immediately or not. Yep, there we are. Enclosures will be researched with the blacksmith upgrades as well. Ooh, keep there, looking to go up by Demuslim, sending a heck of a lot of villagers to complete it, 35 of them. Needs to get that secured gold. Recon going to send a knight, group of knights, won't be able to deny the castle. That leaves the middle part exposed. There are trebuchets there on the front line, looking to start sieging down this keep now. This could become a landmark snipe, because the thing is, the Abbasid dynasty only have two landmarks. They've got the House of Wisdom, and of course they've got the town centre, the starting town centre. And what we have for Recon is a really static army, or relatively static army, in the form of spearmen. And a couple of knights on the field though, to be fair, and crossbows as well. I think if you're Recon, if you can mass up a group of army there are also siege on the mark for Demuslim though, culverins. That's going to be an issue. He needs to pull the trebuchets back. The culverins also head back as well to protect themselves from a dive from the knights. The knights are going to dive anyway, it seems. I'm not sure if they're going to fully commit or pull back. The knights will dive because actually the army for Demuslim is nowhere to be seen. I think they're on the south side. I'm not sure where the army is for Demuslim, but they're not where they need to be at this point because culverins get sniped, and it means that Recon can solidify this attack and this position. The villagers looking to try and protect and repair the keep, but the trebuchets are now left exposed, and the knights sweep round. Or Demuslim looking to snipe the trebuchets. The trebuchets will go down. They will be able to be replaced by cheap Wingard army, but that's going to take some time. Keep the villagers. What? Wait, what? Okay, so there we are. The keep has this bonus, the medical centers, which heals nearby units. The villagers won't be going down particularly fast. This is actually, this is a bad fight for Recon. He's lost a lot here, guys. In a big mad dash for a push, he's lost a lot of army. Only 30 military on the field for Recon. 32 for Demuslim though, to be fair. Relatively equal numbers, pretty surprising all things considered. I'm not entirely sure where the army is for Recon. It looks like it's actually amassing here back near the front of the base. Looking to push out towards the forward position. Trebuchet is on the field for Demuslim, looking to push the keep back. Or actually, what's that trebuchet even attacking? I think it might be the siege workshop. But these are elite lancers now. We're going to need to see elite spearmen. Yeah, we do see elite spearmen for Recon. And hand cannoneers being produced by Recon. Outpost slowly being taken out by Demuslim, looking to reduce the vision that Recon has. And the issue for Recon is that whilst he does have static defenses in the form of palisade walls, these are only palisade walls. And the palisade walls can be ripped apart very easily by these Imperial Age army. And the Knight's going to look to do some damage on the barracks, but let's take a look at what Recon has in response. Looks like he's going to bring his army back with the spearmen. Yeah, and the thing about this game is that the longer it goes on, you have to start favouring the English because of the enclosures, the unlimited gold effectively. I'm not sure how much gold the Muslim has access to. It does have 25 villages on gold, so we'll certainly have enough gold for the short to medium term. But whether the long-term gold will be secure, that is the issue for the Abbasid dynasty. Knights now looking to get value around the fences, the palisade fences. And we'll be looking to siege that down, going into the heart of the economy if he gets in. Villagers need to be pulled to repair that. The lancers will make short work of that. This is going to be an issue for Recon if he doesn't address it. Spearmen are being brought back, but not enough too quickly. A couple of lancers and camels do go down. The villagers are hanging around. They're still farming despite the horde of the army. And the army is now going to die. Villagers are going to be going down. Keep looking to be put down defensively. I'm not sure if we get up in time. We will have casualties there though to Muslim. Keep goes up on the north side for Recon to defend that position, that stone and that gold. That's actually a really key position. We'll come back to that later because there's a massive army here in the middle of Recon's base. He needs to garrison these villages quickly and defend himself because he's going to get raided to death if he's not careful. Muslim up at 200 population, only 111 for Recon. That's an, I'm sorry, 111 villages, 180 population for Recon. So all things considered, not too bad. And the thing is that Demuslim, I'm not sure how much value you're going to get in terms of raiding here, because sure, I mean villages will be going down, but look at the resource count for Recon. He's got plenty in his bank, and the thing is that he's losing a lot of his army here, Demuslim. So I'm not sure if he's getting value for his money here. Keep now has been placed, so he's going to secure that position, save it from raiding, and the spearmen clear it all up. And now on the front lines, Demuslim on the back of that is getting another keep there. There are two trebuchets though firing at that. But the trebuchets might be dived by the elite horsemen. Looks like elite horsemen on the menu for Demuslim. I think that's a sign of a struggling gold economy. The north corner of the map, which is where the gold is, the keep already is up by Recon. The keep does go up for Demuslim, and that's going to be a fighting. This is going to be a big area of the fight because this is where the gold is on the map. Demuslim looking to get some map control on the south as well with another keep, looking to deny this stone outcropping and this gold mine here. So it's certainly a battle for the resources, but don't forget gold is secured for Recon in the form of enclosures on his farms. Trebuchets will be sniped, but there are spearmen there on the field looking to take out the elite horsemen. The elite horsemen looking to siege down the keeps. This shows an interesting stage of affairs that Demuslim is struggling for gold. And hence the army composition of horsemen looking to extract as much stone as he can for another keep. We'll be affording another keep relatively soon with a single drop-off of all these villages. On the north side, it's keep versus keep. The keep for Demuslim has got the higher health. So much going on. Horsemen looking to dive the wood economy here on the right side. Spearmen looking to push back the horsemen. There is more raiding going on, but population capped for Demuslim. almost population cap for Recon, so Recon won't mind too terribly about losing villagers, won't want to lose too many of them because they are more expensive to replace than the villagers for Demuslim. Demuslim having the ascendancy here, pushing forward, but we shall see how long that lasts for because Recon does have the better army composition, you feel, with the hand cannoneers being able to produce with the gold. You see a massive spearmen and hand cannoneers could do really well for Recon, but horsemen looking to cause some pressure for Demuslim. Stone outcropping completely taken away now. And the bombards are on the field for Recon, looking to take care of this keep. Might be sniped by the horsemen then. A nice play by horsemen here for Demuslim because that can siege, or that can take down the siege relatively quickly with the torch damage. But there are a lot of horsemen dying to this castle on the front line. Demuslim struggling to put the issue, press the issue, and it's going to lose a lot of villagers here for a single knight. Holy smokes, those villagers got caught out. As you can see, a couple of spearmen and hand cannoneers doing well against the remaining cavalry for Demuslim. Demuslim struggling to maintain the push, you feel. He's got enough to keep on the right side. Will be able to secure that woodline, stone and gold if he takes care of this keep. That's actually a position of a problem for Recon. Recon looking to maybe do some raiding. We heard a ping there. We see some trading here. Now this is the issue. For gold, Demuslim has to trade. This setup is going quite late, but he has no choice. He's run out of gold. That is the key issue. Demuslim's gold issue is a problem. And you just feel as the game goes longer and longer, this is where the English come into the fore. We talked about it earlier in the game. The enclosures, the free gold, the unlimited gold is a big issue for the English. It's an incredible strength for them. But the Muslim has got access to the gold in the north now. As you can see, he's dropped a mining camp there straight away. I think if you're Recon, you need to try and deny that if you can. But he's got a lot on his plate, looking to secure the central area of the map as well. 31 minutes on the clock on this Dry Arabia map. First game of the set. Horsemen again looking to raid, but the spearman on hand has a static defenses. Less in numbers, but will definitely take the fight, that's for sure. Going to whittle down the numbers of horsemen. I think the horsemen will... I don't know. Actually, I think the spearmen still win this. It's such a hard counter, the spearmen to the horsemen. Yeah, the horsemen won't be able to survive that fight. Actually, the horsemen will survive that fight. Okay, the spearmen don't survive, but they take down so many on the way. And the spearmen are going to be reinforced by their English brothers. This is a gold income for the Abbasid dynasty that is very well welcomed. More horsemen going to charge in, going to avenge their brothers. Okay, see pinging on the front line. What's going on here? Looks like there's still raiding coming in for Recon in the form of spearmen. Yeah, it looks like the Muslims doubling down on this northern area. Oh, the two bombards there looking to take out the keep. Does manage to take one of the keeps out for Demuslim, but it looks like Demuslim might be looking to rush down villages there to get that gold, extract as many as he can, as much gold as he can. He needs to buy this time for the trade to be set up. The issue about the trade is, whilst that does give him a decent amount of gold, the problem for him is that that takes population space, and that's population space that he could rather have on military. He would love to have military. The spearmen, yeah, this is not great army composition for Demuslim. His resources are being absolutely thrown away in the form of horsemen being countered by the spearmen, and I think Demuslim needs a different answer. As you can see, the gold unit starting to come out in the form of Vanguard banner riders. That might be a misclick. There's a spearman in the mix for Recon. Relatively healthy populations for both players, although this is the thing, Demuslim doesn't have as much army, has more eco, and that's probably primarily because of the trading that's happening. But Recon happy just to kill villagers here in the north corner, looking to deny that gold income, and that's the key issue here. That's the remaining gold resource on the map. Quite a lot of gold there to be said. 8,000 gold there on that gold vein. Trebuchet, bombard cannon, culverin. Oof, that's going to be taken down, that bombard, by sieging spearmen. Not ideal if you are Recon. Sorry, if you are Demuslim. Culverin going to go down as well. Villagers coming back to get the gold and extract as much as they can. A lot of the focus of the fight is in the north, but slowly Recon pushing out forward with the outpost creep. Horsemen here on the south corner. I'm doing my best to cast this game. There's so much happening. There's so many horsemen on the field for Recon, the Muslim all over the map. Holy smokes. 34 minutes on the clock. The problem is for Demuslim, he doesn't have the gold income. He's probably going to sense that soon, that if he doesn't manage to get hold of that gold income on the north, he's going to struggle here. And Recon just has infinite gold. I think if you're Demuslim, I don't know what you do in this situation where you're facing up against a Civ with infinite gold, effectively. And there it is. He calls out. He taps out. Demuslim taps out. Recon takes the first game of the set. First game of the quarterfinal. The best of 5 is fully underway, guys. We're going to have a decent set on our hands. I can feel it already. Demuslim taps out. Recon takes the first game, and Demuslim will want to come back with a response. We shall see if we see that response in game number 2. Welcome back. Game number 2 between Demuslim, representing Team Liquid, and Recon. We've got the map being Mountain Pass, I believe it is. Let's check. French Pass, rather. It's French Pass. We've got in the southeast corner of the map, Demuslim playing in blue as the Holy Roman Empire. And on the west corner of the map, we've got Recon playing as the Delhi Sultanate in red. Interesting matchup has to be said. I think on a map like this, I got to be putting my money on... I'm not a betting man, but even if I was, probably put it on the Holy Roman Empire on this particular map. French Pass, this has been adapted though, it seems, since the initial release of the game. But it just feels like the strength does often lie with the Holy Roman Empire on this map, which will see how it pans out, because the Delhi Sultanate, they're no slouches themselves, you know, they can do some good work, but the Holy Roman Empire can have that super fast castle age with that tech upgrades. But the Delhi Sultanate are a bit slower, they're a bit more of a feudal age kind of gameplay civilization. They can get hold of their sacred sites, which could pose a bit of a problem for the Holy Roman Empire. The thing is to say about the spawn though, is a sacred site is actually outside of this central French pass. And that's an issue, because what could have been nice for the Delhi Sultanate is to be able to wall up this French pass if the sacred sites were within the boundaries of that. Rather they're outside, so it doesn't really lend itself to nice walls. Rather he's going to have to do some long walls across the map here if he wants to have some static defences. Seems unlikely to be able to pull that off. But we shall see how this one pans out. Maybe a heavy feudal age aggression for Recon could be on the cards, but you just feel with the fast castle timing for the for the Holy Roman Empire, that would be difficult to achieve very much with. So game number 1 did go in Recon's favour, playing as English civilization against the Abbasid dynasty on Dry Arabia. So Recon getting the first game in the best of 5, setting this one up very nicely. Demuslim is number 1 on the rank ladder at the moment, but obviously that counts for nothing in this tournament. You got to win the games. Recon getting the first win of the set. Right. 3 villages on gold here for Delhi Sultanate. That'll be more than enough to get up to the next stage at a decent time. As you can see, Moss getting efficient production. This is a really nice upgrade. I like this with the Delhi Sultanate. It can affect or allow the scholars to garrison inside production buildings, and that will boost the speed by 100%. There is the age up timing. That is coming out for Demuslim, playing as the Holy Roman Empire. He's going up with the Ark and Chapel. No surprises there. In an incredibly nice spot. Has the wood, has the gold, will have the berries when the villagers are working there, and has got the sheep being inspired. There's a lot of sheep here, 9 of them. Okay, Dome of the Faith is what the landmark is being chosen for Recon as the Delhi Sultanate. Demuslim just being a bit annoying here with the gold villagers. And it's only now that Recon moves out to go to wood. We'll need that transition in eco. Right, fairly slow start. Maybe let's talk about relics, because that could be an issue with the Holy Roman Empire, especially if they go up with the relics cathedral to the castle age. Has to be said, the relics kind of seem to be favouring Recon ever so slightly. This relic could be argued to be under the possession of... I mean, this is actually quite equidistant. This relic here is actually relatively equidistant between the two. And then this one's probably closer to Demuslim, to be fair. This one's also equidistant. This one's relatively equidistant. This one's favouring Recon. So I think on the relic spawn kind of thing, Recon seems to have the better spawn. So that will be an issue. Well, not so much, because to be honest with you, with the Holy Roman Empire, if you go up with the Regnus Cathedral, it can only house 2 relics anyway. Obviously you want as many relics as you possibly can get, but if you can get 2, that would be fantastic. That's 600 gold. That's a lot of gold per minute. Scholar being used to heal up the villager on gold. And Demuslim just being a pain here. Alright, feudal age about to come in for Demuslim. There we are. There we have the feudal age upgrade coming in. With the Ark and Chapel, the prelate garrisons in straight away. Now all these villagers nicely inspired. There is the upgrade to the feudal age for Recon as well, playing as a Delhi Sultanate. As you can see, all these upgrades are being queued up now. Wheelbarrow coming in for Recon. The Delhi Sultanate get all the upgrades for free, so you might as well click them. Waiting for forestry to complete and then double broadaxe. Okay, 4 villages on gold. That suggests that this will be a fast castle age up for Liquid Demuslim. I keep saying Liquid Demuslim. It's Demuslim representing Team Liquid. There's a blacksmith for Recon. Getting those blacksmith upgrades for free will be nice for him in the feudal age. Scouting around on the right side with his scout, looking to see if he can find what's going on here. If there's any feudal age aggression, sometimes that can be an issue with the Holy Roman Empire. Sometimes they can go for feudal age aggression. Not the most commonly done thing though, because they do have that big bonus in the castle age, being able to grab those relics nice and early. Forestry comes in for Recon. Not a lot going on here on French Pass. Stable going down for the Delhi Sultanate, maybe looking to get some horsemen, some map control, some vision, some cavalry on the field. There we are, we do see the horsemen starting to come out, being queued up. Sheep could be running out for Demuslim soon, so I might look to expand his food economy to the berries. Maybe looking to go towards the deer, which is relatively exposed, so I might go to the berries first. Be able to get the food income to get up to the castle age, and get the castle age units up, and then it can kind of safely spread out under the safety of castle age units. Almost there with the food though, just 100 more food and then I'll be there on the way to the castle age. Whereas Recon obviously nowhere near, investing in the feudal age with the horsemen, sending the scholars forward now. He's getting sanctity. Actually, the scholars are just going to go in the mosque, increasing the speed of research. Sanctity is coming in soon and that will enable him to get hold of those sacred sites. And it is the Regulus Cathedral that's being built by the Muslim with 8 villages. Looking to get that fast castle uptime. Is about to get barracks there, actually repositions. That changes, it goes for double stable instead. It's going to go for the knight play, which is a nice move because it's going to have the mobility with the knights when he does get to the castle age. Okay, Recon moving out on the west side to the berries. That could be under a bit of pressure if the knights start coming in from Demuslim. May need to drop an outpost there to protect those villagers, give them better static defenses to hide in. Stables do go up now, ready and primed for production. Okay, looks like the scholars have been ungarrisoned now. The scholars are going to be slowly going out towards the sacred site, it seems. 2 of them on the field, so yeah, 1 on each sacred site. The trouble is that the prelate is going to be out there running towards to get the relics, because as you can see, look, relic being positioned here. There is a scout there, but that won't bother him too much. The prelate will bring that scout, the relic back home pretty quickly. Prelates are going to go out, grab those relics, and we should probably see some lancers or some knights. Yeah, knights are being queued up. Sacred sites are only just been captured now, 7 minutes 30 seconds. This is the issue. I mean, 7 minutes 30 seconds for a fast castle is a little bit insane with the Holy Roman Empire. It feels a little bit too strong for this particular matchup in this map, and we do see Recon now having to build up some palisade walls on the right side of his base to seal that entry point, because he will be under a lot of pressure pretty soon if he's not careful. He's going to seal up this area as well with some palisades, looking to get those static defenses. He will need that. He will need to buy himself some time. You know, doesn't even have the time to be able to capture the sacred site, and if anything, looks like Demuslim's going to be the one capturing the sacred site. This is going to become a problem for Recon, you can feel it already. And there we are, there are the knights on the field, getting the charge attack on the scout. The relic will be brought home nice and safely and securely. 1 relic already deposited in the Regulus Cathedral, that'll build up to 300 gold per minute. And Recon's going to have to rush down these walls before the knights come in. There's a Wololo going on, we're looking to get some horsemen, but the horsemen do back off, and the monk, the prelate will be brought home, healed up by his prelate brother. I need to be careful actually though, because Recon might be able to snipe one of them. There are knights there on the field looking to take damage on the horsemen. Going to get the charge attack maybe? No. Prelate will be brought home nice and secure, and will be even able to get access to the sacred site. The gold income is going to be absolutely huge. There is a scholar in that barracks looking to get those spearmen on the field. And nice and walled up. This part here on the south west corner is still open, looking to be walled up though soon. Sending the spearmen to do that job. Yeah, this is the issue, because these scholars will be going down to the night, not being able to hold on to the sacred sites for too long here, the Delhi Sultanate, and in fact, Holy Roman Empire going to grab one of them as well. Just feel like the Muslim has got a hold on the game. Recon's going to have to go up to the castle age himself before being out-teched here. Market going down for the Muslims, going to have a lot of gold. He wants to rebalance that economy. Knights looking to break through on the right side, the palisade gate, looking to be under pressure here. Recon's going to have a response to that. It's going to send out a villager maybe to repair that, but we'll need more than that, because if they break through, that's going to be a big problem. He does have the age up coming in soon. Maybe going up with the... let's see what it goes up with, actually. Be interesting to see what landmark it chooses, whether it's the compound of the defender. It is the compound of the defender indeed, which means that the infantry will be able to build stone walls. It doesn't have any stone in the bank, so that's not going to help him too much too quickly. Spearman does go out. They're going to get some damage on the knights. The knights are kind of glitching out there on the gate. The villager does get sniped though, somehow. And so will the spearmen. The doors were opened. Mistakes were made. Wololo going on the south. The army for Recon has to back off. And that'd be another relic in the possession of the Holy Roman Empire. Things going from bad to worse for Recon if you can see the bird's eye view of things, but he doesn't know that's happening. Monastery going down for that to house that third relic. Now the knights do break through for Demuslim. Being able to track round with the knights, got the mobility on his hands, and spearmen looking to try and chase them down. Villagers will be going out to stone for Recon. We're looking to get those static defences in the form of stone walls. The new age begins. That castle age does get built. Now I think Recon's going to have to be protective of his economy here, because he's got berries exposed. We talked about this earlier. There's no outpost here. Villagers will be going down to the charge attack, unfortunately for Recon. Wait, what happened there? Oh, I think he reset. I think Demuslim reset the charge there for a second. Okay, now the spearmen do get in position. There's only one villager that goes down. Knights are trapped on the other side, and we'll be able to move out though. We'll be able to navigate their way around this. Take a side, looking to be contested by Recon, but not going to happen. The knights on hand to do that. And here, relic's being picked up again. I don't know if that's that's a scholar for Recon picking up a relic to try and balance the gold differential, which would be pretty high at this stage. As you can see, the gold income for, let's take a look at the gold income per minute. Yeah, 1200 for Demuslim, 450 for Recon. Villagers being temporarily pulled off the stone. Maybe looking to get that second town centre perhaps, or maybe even a keep, but the scholar will be going down to the knights. That's going to delay him a little bit. The spearmen weren't in position. They couldn't be, they weren't fast enough. Demuslim gets to the Imperial Age, fast Imperial Age, relatively 12 minutes on the clock with the Palace of Swabia, and the economy is going to be building up incredibly fast for Demuslim. 38 villagers for Recon, 38 villagers for Demuslim. That's not going to stay like that for too long. And yeah, you can feel already the game swinging in the way of the Holy Roman Empire. Recon going to need to try and do something quick, because he's on a timer here. The Knights taking a good trade here against the Lancer. The Spearmen are going to be heading in and do decent damage there. Demuslim doesn't pull out quick enough. Maybe looking to snipe a villager. Gets a shot off, but I think it's Textiles that's doing the work there for Recon, keeping those villagers alive. Yeah, it is indeed Textiles. Another scholar bringing home another relic, the second relic. Was that the first relic? Holy smokes. Okay, only one relic in there for Recon then. We can try and decap that sacred site, which will probably happen. There aren't enough knights in that position. Because of course, Demuslim is focusing on the Imperial Age, going for barracks. We're looking to switch into man-at-arms. And being in Imperial Age will be able to produce a lot of strong army. That's for sure. Villagers really starting to count. 41 for Recon, 46 for Demuslim. Printer is in full swing. Double Blacksmith looking to get those upgrades. And the sacred site has been decapped, but Demuslim won't mind that too much because the gold income is still going to be insane for him. Yeah, 1200 gold per minute. 3 relics, 4 relics indeed now. That's a huge amount of gold per minute. 600 from this Ranker's Cathedral, and it's going to be 200 from the monastery. As you can see, upgrades coming in. Veteran Spearmen. Also, riveted chainmail. The sacred site has been has done quite well to keep hold of this Recon, has to be said actually. That is for sure. Setting some tower elephants now. This is where Recon can put a bit of pressure in the castle age. Delhi do have a strong castle age, but it's Imperial Age where they kind of lack. He's looking to get a forward keep. He needs to pile on the pressure, and this is what Recon's going to try and do, but there is a bombard. Nothing in villager. The problem is, as soon as he puts the foundation down, the bombard will target that castle and that keep will go down. So we'll need to back off with the villagers. He's going to try and get a keep down in this position on the gold, but gold is not an issue for Demuslim at the moment. Knights taking a big fight here. Spearman looking to hold on. An outpost going down first for Recon. Wants to solidify his position here first. Prelates being used to heal up the units. That's certainly going to help his situation, but there aren't enough units there for Demuslim. Recon taking a good fight here. Outpost will go up. Recon piling on the pressure, but that outpost got one-shotted by the bombard. Holy smokes. That's what happens when you have Imperial Age units versus outposts. And there's the keep foundation. That is going down. That's going to be a strong position because this is a nice position. It's on the front lines. It's where the production buildings are. And if the keep goes up, that's going to be a problem for Demuslim because that means that the units that do pop out will immediately be under the fire of the keep. And that will deplete the resources in the army very quickly. There are no scholars though on hand though close by for recon. That's a bit of an issue. Would be nice to see some scholars. That's commonly done by the Delhi Sultanate. Instead, keeping the scholars garrisoned in the mosque to help boost the speed of research might lose the Tower Elephant to the Spearman if he's not careful. There are lots of villagers repairing that bombard. Repairing is a little bit broken at this stage, I feel. A lot of villagers there building the keep. That will go up now. That will offer some bit of a staging ground for Recon to develop his attack from the next wave of attack. But let's take a look at the villager count because 63 for Demuslim, 48 for Recon. The villager gap slowly increasing as long as the game going longer and longer will become an issue. Could get village fortresses to act as town centers for the keep, but now constantly having to pile in wood to try and keep this keep alive because there is a bombard. 2 bombards in fact. Yeah, wood's going to be an issue for Recon very, very quickly. Right, lots of spearmen coming on the field for Demuslim. Can span those units now that we've got a really solid economy behind this. Getting them on university as well. Going to be looking to get some upgrades. Oh, on the south there's a big raiding force here, and whilst villagers will be going down, obviously the Palace of Swabi there will certainly help the situation. The villagers going to go around the other side of the wall. That means the army can't chase them down. That's going to be a nice little bit of a raiding party for Recon, but he will be trapped here. This is an issue. This Tower Elephant needs to get out of there. He will be trapped otherwise. Lancer goes down, gets sniped by a bombard and the Spearman. Spearman going to look to take down the Tower Elephant. Tower Elephant looking to take out villagers. That's not going to be a problem for Demuslim because he can print them if he needs to. And the Elephant now is going to be under a lot of pressure. Going to be too slow to back away from this. The Spearman will take that down. Should we watch the death of the Elephant? We probably should. Man falls down and is immediately crushed by his Elephant. Very bad demise. Village count now really starting to climb. 68 for Demuslim, 51 for Recon. Sacred sites have been captured for Recon though. That's going to be a nice bit of gold trickle. This gold being pressured here on the front will be good. The issue is that even denying the gold won't be too much of a problem for Demuslim because of the relic situation. You just get the feeling the game going longer and longer. If this keeps getting denied, this keep will be denied. That's actually a big problem for Recon. It's going to lose even more villagers. And the villagers do try and back away, but a lot of them running towards his enemy, and those will go down. That's going to be a problem for Recon, that's for sure. Losing more villagers on the front line. 73 for Demuslim, 50 for Recon. Sacred sites will be decapped as well. He's not able to secure the sacred sites. He's trying to secure the sacred site with a keep. This Tower Elephant unfortunately gets trapped and dies again. Another elephant bites the dust. And that sacred site will be decapped. The timer will be stopped. And that is an issue. That was one of the win conditions for Recon. Probably the only win condition here in this matchup and map. And once that gets denied, that's going to be a problem for Recon, that's for sure. Stone going to be well, that's a bit ballsy. Just place that foundation for the stone mine. I'm not sure he's going to have access to that. There are man-at-arms there, but the problem is the man-at-arms for the Holy Roman Empire will be better if it does get produced. But he's actually going for Spearmen instead. Recon does have quite a bit of gold in the bank. Yeah, economy expanding here towards the berries, towards the stone. Recon can afford another keep though. Okay, here's the force going forward for Demuslim, looking to get some value. We'll be sieging down the stable with the he's actually just going to raid. He's going to walk into an army of man-at-arms. Won't want to take that fight. May look to just to siege down the stable instead. Instead, he's going to keep things honest. He's going to keep those villagers away from that wood line best as he can. Looking to dive in now. Looking to snipe a scholar if he can. Going to take a fight and engagement, but backs off because he can't really win that fight. Just more being a nuisance rather than anything. Going to add in more spearmen in behind. But the main thing is keeping Recon's army back at home. And so this is fantastic by Demuslim. He just needs to delay the game. The longer he delays the game, more villages he has, better economy he has, the better economy he has, the better military he can invest in. That's what's being played here. Villagers going forward now on the right side, looking to get a keep on that position. So is Recon though. It's going to be a battle of the keeps. It looks like Demuslim's going to get there first. Pretty sure about that. Barracks, forward production buildings being built by Demuslim to secure that right side as well. Yeah, going to secure a lot here with the golds in behind that keep. And I think if you're a Recon, going to see that position and you're going to struggle here because, yeah, the Man-at-Arms are going to cycle around the Recon, but will they be able to get too much damage? I'm not so sure. Looking to capture the Sacred Site again, activate the timer, but the problem for him, that this Sacred Site will be decapped, the keep will be going up, villagers are going to go towards their death. Yeah, that was rough. These villagers were looking to build that keep. It's not going to happen though. In fact, Spearmen are going to raid the wood line. As you can see, you can just spam these units now. The Spearmen, nothing to defend against this. This could be the GG for Recon. Doesn't have much up at home. Most of the army's back on the front line, looking to do some damage, but there's so much army back at home for Demuslim to deal with that. And even if he loses villages, well, that's not going to be the problem because he's got the Palace of Swabi, he's got the printer, and Recon's under a lot of pressure here. Maybe losing the second game of the set, we shall see. Demuslim does need to see this one out. Demuslim looking to even the set one apiece. Wedge Rivets coming in for Demuslim for the extra Pierce armor. Yeah, this is a problem for Recon. He's losing his frontline army, and with losing that army, he loses this game. Demuslim pulls one back. He pulls one back to make it one apiece. Losing the first game didn't deter him. Demuslim is back with a bang. He even ups the set and is going to go into game number 3, possibly with the momentum. We'll check out game number 3 next. Don't go anywhere, guys. This series is heating up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 between Demuslim versus Recon. The map is 4 lakes. Demuslim pulling one back on French Pass after the loss on Dry Arabia. Making it one apiece. Demuslim looking to push forward now, maybe looking to get another win. But it's going to be best of 5. We're going to have a banging series, I can suspect so far. The match up is even. Even Stevens at one apiece. On this match, we have got 4 lakes. Recon playing on the north corner of the map in blue as the Rus civilization. And in the south corner of the map in red, we have got Demuslim representing Team Liquid in red as the English civilization. Interesting pick for this map. 4 lakes, I feel like, you know, the Rus are really strong. We've seen Rus a lot. We've seen HRE as well, the Holy Roman Empire. I'm really interested to see what Demuslim can do with the English, because something that has to be borne in mind is that the food economy is particularly strong with the fishing economy, obviously. Especially with the Rus, because the Rus don't have to drop off the food that the fishing ships gather. They just gather and they drop off instantaneously. It's a very nice bonus that they get for their fishing, so the food economy is going to be super strong for the Rus, and we can see that dock going up already. Something that we've seen Demuslim do with the Rus though as well is that, I think it was during the weeklies, yeah, Demuslim played as the Rus on this map, and he actually went for all land. He went for the boar, the standard 3 archery range aggressive play. That was against the Abbasid dynasty, but he is now facing up against the Rus. And so it'll be interesting to see if what Demuslim do. Actually, this is the English. So this is actually the English dock, I'm afraid. So it might be that Recon could be... Yeah, he's going for a dock himself. So yeah, both players are going for the docks. I just got a little bit distracted there. I thought for a second that this was the Rus. It's not. It's indeed the English. But both players going for the docks anyway. And hunting cabin going pretty early, which does mean that it's probably going to afford less fishing ships. And that's why the dock was a bit delayed actually for the Rus. Is opting for the gold first, passive gold generation, and you can see the bounty starting to climb up for Recon. Let's take a look at the bounty situation. 175, gonna add another 25 for that wolf. 200. You want to be able to reach that tier 2, 250 gold ideally for the Rus and this map. Wow, there's a lot of sheep coming in for Recon, that is for sure. And that's obviously aided by the fact that you have more scouts most likely on the field. Typically the Rus go for 3. We shall see if that's actually what's been done. I'm not entirely sure we'll go for that many. We shall see, because of course he wants to invest. There's the second one anyway, at least. He wants to invest in the fishing ships nice and early. It does look, it's just, yeah, it does look like it's just 2 on the field here for the Rus. Yeah, Demuslim did invest in 2 as well, just to match things up and try and deny as much bounty as he can. As you can see, the fishing economy has been up and running for Demuslim for quite some time. 4 fishing ships. Only the first fishing ship to come out there for Recon. And that's down to the investment, the wood investment for the hunting cabin, which cost 100 wood. Pretty hefty. But it does mean that he'll have that passive gold income. Speaking of which, it will be 20 gold per minute from that hunting cabin. Alright, we still see the jingle, we hear the jingle of the sheep being picked up. For Recon, getting a lot of sheep here. Of course, won't be relying on it too much, but it does mean you would need, you know, the delayed wood investment for the fishing ships, not necessarily too big a problem. It will certainly delay the farm investment if that needs to be done. In fact, I don't think we see farming that often on Four Lakes. Obviously, because the shore fish or the deep water fish last for so long. There's 1,000 food in each of these tiles. There's also 2 neutral ponds that you can go for. As you can see, the food income per minute, not a huge amount of difference considering the fact that the English have 6 fishing ships, only 2 fishing ships for the Rus. Neck on neck now with the food income. If anything, Recon is actually struggling on food though to be able to age up. He's got plenty of gold in the kitty. Oh, looks like the scout there by Demuslim looking to snipe that villager. That villager will probably be able to make it back in time, possibly. She might lose her life on the way. It looks like she'll survive. She will survive to live another day. But this is an issue now because Demuslim's going to look to take out the dock. But what's fascinating is that even if that dock goes down, these fishing ships will still be hard at work, and that's quite nice as a bonus for the Rus. But to actually deny this fishing ship, this fishing eco, will actually have to be the case that Demuslim has to dock and get the military boats there, take that out. It does mean that it would hamper his ability to produce more fishing ships, but scouts, 2 scouts won't be enough here. Okay, they age up. Finally coming in for the Rus, going up with the Golden Gate. And the English going up with the Abbey of the Kings. So interesting, might be a fast castle build here for Demuslim. You kind of expect so if he's going for the Abbey of the Kings. 4 villagers building that. Not often you see that landmark, but we're seeing it today. And Recon looking to wall up the map. Is actually docking here on the left as well. The Recon looking to maximize the fishing economy. Looking to play this into the late game if you can. The Rus late game is pretty strong. Of course, the English do get enclosures with the kind of unlimited gold, but the Rus do get the hunting cabin, so they will still be generating gold themselves. 2 scouts there looking to put some pressure on that western dock. Recon will probably want to stop that because there's quite a lot of wood investment there for that dock and wants to get hold of that fishing. So ultimately, this is probably this has got to be the fastest food income you can get in the whole game. The Rus fishing ship on deep water fish. That's incredibly fast, that food income. The Demuslim does get to the fuselage at a respectable time. And so does Recon, but he's actually done quite a lot of work to wall up his base with the fortified palisade walls. These scouts now are going to be looking to harass the villagers, the scouts rather, that Demuslim sent forward. And I think if you can wall this up for Recon, yep, that's exactly what he decides to do. That's going to be a strong way to push out. It's going to get a wooden fortress as well to bolster the wood income. This is really, really nice because the lumber camps and town centres within influence return 20% more wood. That's a sizable amount. I mean, with the number of villages that are on wood at the moment, 18 odd. I'd chuck on a 20% extra. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Oh, looks like the villager was sent out there by Demuslim. Look to get a dock there because that's the only way he can deny this fish. Looking to build that dock, but the good thing is that Recon spots it and he knows about it, so may look to send his scouts to deny that. Don't quite see how the scouts are being sent now. There'll be 3 scouts there. The villager, 4 scouts in fact. Another scout being sent, or 1 scout being sent by Demuslim, looking to get the dock out. And I think the village will go down before the dock is built. Let's just see. Possibly the dock will be built first, but that might mean that Recon will need to invest. It does force Recon to invest in a Lodger attack ship. But the issue for Demuslim is that this isn't going to be a sustained push because now the dock will be sieged down, and also the Lodger attack ship means that it's going to be standing on guard. Whilst there is a galley coming out for Demuslim, there's a lot of army here that will be able to deny this. The scout, doesn't want to lose a scout. Recon, he's going to lose a scout here for free. He pulls it away just in time, but there's a horseman there on the field now, so Demuslim not giving up this position just yet. Nice movement of the Lodger attack ship to come closer to the shoreline and focus fire on the army if he needs to, but Recon needs to pay attention here. He won't want to lose his army for free. He might lose a scout here that's low health. The horseman does pick that off, and the Lodger attack ship will be firing on the scouts. Oh, there's one horse. Was that a horseman or a scout? I didn't quite see. Either way, it has been lost. A galley does pop out for the English. The thing is that the English benefiting from the defenses here. Holy smoke, that galley's doing a lot of work here. So this is nice from Demuslim actually pushing this back. There are 4 Lodger attack ships though for the Rus, looking to put a hold to this push because he was going to need to deny this. Let's take a look at what's happening on land in the meantime. This part is relatively exposed here. It has walled up this area, so it does affect and stop the docking for the English potentially sneakily. Scout looking to get some recon information. Recon doing some recon, but it's going to get sniped by the town centre. And this is the thing, the galleys are so strong here, even the larger attack ships, 4 of them can't manage here. That's a big investment to hold on to this pond, so the Muslim really doing some good trades here on that west side pond being denied. And 2 galleys are coming forward now. Recon having to heal up his units. Got 5 larger attack ships. Very nice play by Demuslim there. So we can see he's making the English work quite nicely there. The superiority that they have in water is really showing. In terms of the attack ships anyway. And the fishing for Demuslim back at home, very nice. And untouched. Castle Age is in place now for Demuslim. Getting up to the next stage. Maybe looking to drop a monastery as well. Getting up with the King's Palace. Offering the second town centre. Go for stables. Spending his wood on the stables, so he wants to get the units out there on the field, the knights. That'll offer a lot of a strong position for his attack. Large attack ships, 5 of them. Okay, there are the knights on the field. All the roosts. Don't forget they have access to the early knights, so we'll be able to master them up and upgrade them when it gets to the castle age, if he so wishes. Double archery range, triple archery range going down, triple, holy smokes, that's a lot of stables. 4 stables, triple archery range. It looks like Recon is playing quite a heavy field age game, but he does have quite a lot of food coming in, has to be said. He's going to try and snipe villagers on the wood line, getting some value here with the knights. This could be big because Recon's going to get up to the next stage, as long as he doesn't lose his knight mass. That's going to be the key, he's going to micro his knights back home. That's going to be a big key because if he does get to the castle age, he'll be able to upgrade these to fully fledged knights. He's got a lot on the field. Larger attack ships now looking to take some work on the galleys. Galley caught out. They're not going to be healed by the dock, but look, these larger attack ships barely do any damage to the galley. Knights in defense for Demuslim, and Recon looks to send his knights back, regroup together, get those castle age upgrades. Doesn't want to take too many fights when he's an age behind. And Demuslim doing fantastic work here. 3. He's got a Hulk as well, that's the issue. Hulk is a fantastic unit in the castle age. Recon can't fight this off. He's invested so much on these larger attack ships, but he's going to be completely outclassed, outgunned, outmaneuvered. The first larger attack ship is probably going to go down relatively quickly, especially with the Hulk firing as well in the background. Yep. And I think Recon just has to give this pond up. He's not going to be able to salvage it. Sending some knights there on the right side, looking to pick some villagers off. Demuslim, let's take a look at the villager count because that's going to be pretty strong for Demuslim with the second town centre. 57 for Recon. It's actually equal. 57 dead on equal. Going up with the Abbey of the Trinity is Recon. Getting some raiding there. Nice attack there on the gold villagers. Gets to probably 4 in total. 4 villagers go down. That's a nice raiding there for Recon on the gold. And he will want to look to cut out that gold income because it means that the knights won't be able to be produced by Demuslim for too long. He's going to snipe villagers on the berries. There is the castle age for Recon. Going to be upgrading these units, no doubt. More villagers go down on the berries. As you see, the knight upgrade is coming in. The fishing here on the west side pond has been totally taken out. The demolition ship looking to take out that dock, making sure that there's no further expansion on the west side. The Muslim playing this very nicely. Knights looking to go back home now, regroup with his main force, waiting to be converted to Castle Age Knights, which has just come in now. So these guys have been upgraded. Now will we be seeing Boyar's Fortitude? That would be a really nice addition to these knights. Does cost a lot of gold though, doesn't have that gold in the bank just yet. Okay, knights are being drawn in. There has been a dock here on the east side, double dock as well. Recon looking to get some fishing economy. I don't think Demuslim knows about this. In fact, he's focusing on land at this point on the front lines, attacking the wood, but we won't want to take this fight because there's a lot more knights on the field for Recon. To getting some good charge attacks. We'll be taking another knight down. That is a fantastic fight for Recon. Pushes that back. Recon looking to play on the defensive just for the time being whilst he builds the numbers up. Getting that second dock. That second pond is very nice for him. The fishing economy will be being boosted. The Abbey of the Trinity looking to get some relics. I'm not sure if we see a monastery. We do see a monastery indeed. Or the English for liquid Demuslim. Demuslim, who is now formed a liquid. Getting the relic there. Going to bring that back into the monastery. Knight cycling down on the north. Warrior monk in position, but isn't able to get hold of the map control that he wants here, Recon. The knights here in large numbers for Demuslim. And this is important because actually Demuslim's protecting the relics, and the nice spot he's doing here because he's got one relic in the bank already. He's sending another monk looking to get access to this relic. Recon will want to deny that. He's giving up a lot of map control here. A lot of the time it takes for getting the relics. This could become an issue. Stone outcropping being mined here by Demuslim, maybe looking to get a keep on the map. This is a nice touch. Demuslim looking to open up the map here on the right side. This is a problem for Recon. He'll need to fortify this position, that is for sure, because this could be open to raiding pretty soon with the palisades going down. Big charge attack there for Recon. Definitely want to take that fight if you're Recon. Much better fight for Recon than it is for Demuslim. Okay, let's take a look at the food income, because now it is a lot better for Recon because he's got this second pond here on the right. Warrior monk looking to bring that relic home. Probably will manage it, but we shall see because it's going to be a big fight in the center. On the front of Demuslim's base, he's retreated back to the network of castles bonus that he gets with the outpost, but that's not enough. Recon pushing forward with his knights, going to get some critical damage here. He's got the mass, he's got horse archers in between as well. A lot of villagers are going to go down. They're trying to retreat, but they're not going to have enough space in this outpost. A couple of them are going to fit in mad dash for it. The rest are going to die. A lot of villagers are going to go down, but he did have 2 town centers for a long time. 72 villagers for Recon, 59 for Demuslim, despite being on 2 town centers. This is looking rough for Demuslim, trying to retreat back to the Abbey of the Kings to heal up, but there's not enough knights on the field. Recon going for the killer blow, lots of food, lots of gold, could spam units here, could even think about going to the Imperial Age on the back of this, because he's put down big marker as a stake for the 3rd game for this best of 5. Going to pick off villagers on the berries as well. A lot of warrior monks in the mix as well, getting that bonus that they give. And holy smokes, that is a big raid for Recon, that is for sure. There are still 2 relics on them in the monastery there for Demuslim. That will offer some sort of solace. The problem for now is that he's going to get the 3rd relic, but he's lost a lot of villagers in the meantime. The raiding continues. There's just such a large army here for Demuslim to try and deal with. I'm not sure if he's got enough in his locker to deal with it. He doesn't have the resources really to deal with this. Getting an outpost in the gold, he needs to maintain. He does have army though on the field now. He's managed to maintain production and a large force of knights looking to cut off the reinforcements. But there's a lot of knights here and horse archers in the mix for Recon, looking to snipe villagers as they pop out from the 2 town centers here. Maybe even be able to siege the town centers. Knights will head back though towards the Abbey of the King, get healed up, and they're going to need to deal with this knight and horse archer mash. Okay, bit of a... This is fantastic for Recon because he does mean he has a lot of map control. Maybe look to get forward keep on the map if he can get some stone. Neither player has stones though. The Muslim spending all the stone he's got. Wololo going down on the left side. Will we capture the warrior monk? Oh, actually, I don't think you can. Can you capture warrior monks? That'll be interesting to know. Probably can actually because they are a military unit as well as a monk in a way. But you just see now the numbers here really building up for Recon, and I love the addition for the warrior monks. So they'll be healing up the knights when they're static. Knights taking a fight on the gold mine. Villagers going down left, right and centre. Horse archers in behind as well, picking off army that they can. And it looks like, yeah, Recon's quite happy just to focus on the villagers here. Coming in with another army. The military is insane here. 49 for Recon, only 26 for Demuslim. You just feel like this game is slipping out to the Muslim's grasp. Hasn't given up yet. He's taking a good fight here on the front line though, in front of the Abbey of the Kings. That is for sure. Recon losing quite a lot of army there. Probably got his attention elsewhere, and that's probably what he's doing. He's looking to wall up his base, offer some protection now that he has his opponent distracted on the front line. Does have just 1 relic in the Abbey of the Trinity, not what he would have wanted. He would have wanted a lot more. Horse archers starting to really build up, picking up villagers left, right and centre. Demuslim really lacking in economy. 86 villagers for Recon, 27 for Demuslim. That's in bad shape for him. He has lots of knights on the field, but again not enough there, you feel. 50 military on the field for Recon, 30 for Demuslim. Recon looking in full control over this game. Maybe looking to save up for that Imperial Age, which will be coming in relatively soon. The food is almost there, the gold is almost there. And he's sniping down the static defences now in the form of outposts for Demuslim. Large amount of army here. I'm not sure Demuslim will be able to hold on for too much longer. He's going to try his best, move out to the back gold there. This fishing economy looking strong here. Rus looking very strong on 4 legs. Second town centre being added as well. So Recon doubling down his advantage, not looking to throw away this game, looking to seal this one out, playing this cautiously, not diving in too quickly, making sure that he gets the Imperial Age upgrades before he goes forward. Although he's spending as well, so Town Center is going to certainly dwindle the food reserves. You can see the production buildings, holy smokes. Taking it to crossbows, that is a very, very nice addition, guys. Because what is he up against? He's up against full knights. What's the hard counter? Crossbows. Recon knows it, we know it, Recon's doing it. Taking out the monastery, that's going to be huge. That's a lot of gold income. 300 gold per minute being denied right there. That gets denied. Demuslim is on tender hooks here. He's walking the tightrope. The horse archers and crossbows going to act. Oh, that's such a nice play. That's a smash and grab. 3 relics being taken back home by the warrior monks. And Recon in pole position in this 3rd game of the set. Okay, Raiden going down there with just 4 knights, pulls out the whole knight army for Demuslim, leaves the front of his base completely exposed. Recon's going to push in and doesn't even need Imperial Age at this stage, going to be able to siege down the Abbey of the Kings with the knights. There's not a lot that Demuslim can do about this. He does clear this up on the background, but his knights are going to be delayed to come back to the fight. The Abbey of the Kings probably going to be sieged down by the time they get there, possibly, but in fact actually the knights will come in for the rescue, but I'm not sure he has enough. The horse archers will micro. There are spearmen there, a lot of spearmen. This is the fight that Demuslim is going to be forced to take. He has no way of winning this fight. There's probably going to be the tap out here relatively soon. Demuslim is still trying to buy this time. It backs off, trying to get some crossbowmen on the field as well, but that's not going to be enough here. You get the feeling of it, and the Abbey of the Kings will go down. There's that landmark being destroyed. Town centre fully garrisoned with 20 units. And looking to get some damage as they can, but the horse archer is going to dive at this point. Recon knows that he's head on military, knows that he's head on economy, going to be able to replenish all the army that he loses. The Muslims saving up though, looking to try have one last big fight here with the knights. But there are spearmen there are knights, there are horse archers. Taking one last fight. I think the Muslims going to call it soon because it doesn't seem to have a chance of winning this. Horse archers are being taken down, whittled down by the knights, but there's just too many there. There are too many horse archers. There's too many military on the field for Recon. And Demuslim looking in bad state here for this 3rd game. It's just siege that's lacking for Recon to finish this game, but frankly he's probably going to do this with units. Recon does lose a lot of his army, but he knows he's won the game. So does Demuslim. Demuslim taps out. Recon pulls ahead in this set. 2 games to 1. We're moving on to game number 4. Things are heating up in this set, guys. Could go either way. Demuslim needs a response. We shall see if he has that in his locker in the next game. We certainly have a fantastic series on our hands, guys. Demuslim versus Recon, game number 4. This is going to be an all-time. On the east corner of the map, we've got Demuslim in blue as the Chinese. On the west corner of the map, we also have Recon in red as the Chinese. So it's going to be a Chinese mirror match. This is interesting for this map on all-time because I think out of the civilizations, the Chinese are probably the most adaptable. They're the most kind of versatile. And so often in mirror matchups, you kind of have meta versus meta, but the Chinese, you could still have meta versus meta, but they have a couple of other things they can go for with the versatility that they have. A lot of options for both players. Could be going for Song Dynasty, Barbican Rush, Outpost Rush, 2-town center Song Dynasty, Zhugenoo Rush, Fast Castle, into Palace Guards. These are lots of different options that could be happening here. Recon going to be doing some recon, I suspect, with his scouts, looking to see what he can find his opponent Demuslim doing. Both these players obviously fighting for their spot in the semi-finals for Pool 2 of the June finals. And we see Recon going straight towards the deer. So there's a discussion to be had here. And a very interesting one as well. Because, first of all, Recon doesn't have an Imperial Official. We can see the difference in the builds already. That Recon doesn't go for the Imperial Official. But Demuslim does. And Demuslim is focusing on the sheep first. Now, what's interesting is that the sheep will be causing the villagers to come back quicker. That means there's more trips to the mill, which means more deposits, which means more tax collected than if they were going for the deer. And that means the Imperial Official will have quicker tax collection, as long as it's microed well and it's not being collected and just stuck in the mill. On the other hand, we've got Recon here. Now has actually got the Imperial Official supervising, which means he'll be collecting less tax overall per time, as opposed to if he was going for sheep. But we shall see if that makes a big difference. It's just an interesting change that both players are doing and difference in the build. Villagers working hard on the deer. As you can see, villager collecting 25 food there from the deer. Villagers slowly gathering food from sheep here for Demuslim. Just a case in point there that the villagers there took 25, I think it was 25 food, wasn't it, before it dropped off. The workers here on the sheep carrying, I believe it's 10. We should just double check with this, or it drops off. Yeah, 10. So you can see it's more than, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be dropping off more often with these sheep, which means each time the villagers drop off, it collects tax. So the tax collection will be a lot quicker for Demuslim here on the mill and the sheep. Villagers now transitioning. Where are these guys going? Oh my god. Is he doing it? Is he actually doing it? He's going to go for the Barbican Rush, or maybe at least put it forward. Doing something. Sending 8 villagers with the scout forward. Yeah, Recon's up to no good. He's up to no good, and Demuslim's going to look to try and defend his position. He's going to go with the Imperial Academy of all things. Doesn't have the Barbican in defense. This could be perfect timing for Recon. He's sending his villagers forward. Holy smokes. He's got enough for the age up now. Where's he going to put the Barbican? Where does he put it though? Because what can he deny? He can deny the gold. He could put it there. And there'd be 2 golds there he could deny. That would be a very nice spot, that's for sure. I suspect that's where he's going to go. That's where I would go. But actually, he's not going to go Pumpkin Rush. Okay. He's going to go for the center. He's going to go for the Barbican Rush. He's going to go for the boar, I suspect. Makes sense. They're sending 8 villagers. We're going to be building a mill, taking the boar. And also the deer could be quite nice here. Securing a bit of the central part of the map as well as the gold there. So it's a nice staging ground for him to attack from later in the game if he so wishes. Imperial Academy going up for Demuslim. Scout going to be squeaking through with the sheep there. A lot of sheep there for Recon, that's for sure. Scout's doing good recon work. Okay, villagers garrisoning in the Barbican of the Sun, shooting down that boar. Nicely done. This is going to be a super fast source of food here. The Barbican of the Sun protecting the boar, and also the Imperial officials supervising the mill. Very, very quick here. Muslim gets to the feud late, can put some pressure on the gold mine, but not too much. Villagers do get pulled back. And this is quite nice for Recon because it means he's going to have sustained food income, very safe back at home once he takes the forward food. That's what he's relying on at the moment. Looking to get stone as well, maybe looking to get the second town centre, but will be denied by the scouts. The scouts will be annoying, but actually the town centre is shooting the cannons. But it's just out of range here. This is going to be a bit annoying for Recon to deal with. Under some pressure there. Looks like Demuslim using the villagers to build out the population space. A very cost-efficient way of doing that. Maybe looking to get a Barbican himself, Demuslim, with the 8 villagers here. Maybe looking to get the second boar. Is that boar around here? It doesn't seem like it. I think maybe Demuslim's going forward. He's going to look to do a Barbican rush on the stone. Holy smokes, is that what he's doing? Demuslim has the food, has the gold for it. We need to keep an eye on those villagers, where they're going to go. It might be the Barbican rush from Demuslim here. Looks like it. The villagers are definitely going far forward. Yep, it does look like it. Barbican rush on the stone mine. That will be going up. There are 2 scouts there for Recon. Demuslim has 2 scouts as well. And sending more villagers now is Demuslim. Doesn't look like... Yeah, Recon has to back off from there. Can't deny that at all. Villagers are not going to be able to get the stone that they want for that second town centre. This is a nice position for Demuslim. Idling... I mean, yeah, that's strong. It's going to move it towards this stone, but there looks to be an outpost going down for Demuslim with 3 villagers. That's going to be an issue. That's not going to be denied. In fact, he's going to prioritise the outpost, which is certainly the right play. Barbican Sun's going to go up shortly. Outpost looking to be built by Recon, not enough time. Outpost gets deleted by Demuslim before he invests in it. Going to move even further forward. Holy smokes, that's aggressive. That is aggressive play with the outpost, but that does give an opportunity. Oh, Recon almost built an outpost, but yeah, doesn't have the time to. Pulls back even further. I think Demuslim will be quite satisfied with this outpost going up. He's got the stone and the gold to get the hand cannon slits. Very nicely done, and now we might see even a progression, further forward progression. As another outpost going on the gold. Holy smokes, this is looking rough for Recon. He doesn't have access to gold here near the Barbican and the Sun himself, but we need to move the villagers out there relatively quick. Looking to wall up this side so it doesn't get pushed on this side. It's actually a nice wall here though, because it does protect that economy. We'll need to solidify that position there, but slowly the outposts are creeping around. Hand cannon slits being put in this outpost as well. This is going to be a handful to deal with. Recon will need to tech into rams, I suspect. Putting an outpost here on the food, this definitely does need to be protected. You can't let the outpost creep further forward there. That would be a problem if he does. Demuslim notices the Barbican and the Sun. He knows about it now. The villager does get pulled out towards the gold, looking to get an outpost there as well. Solidify that position. This is the main heart of the economy now, it seems, for Recon. Food and gold, relatively far forward. Pretty exposed, but when I say exposed in terms of geographical location, but well fortified. Outpost going there for Demuslim. Really interesting, hyped up set so far. This fourth game is no different. 8 minutes on the clock, already a lot of action. And again, this is going to be annoying for Recon because it's going to constantly get pingings from the hand cannon slits or the outpost that Demuslim has. So he's got to pay attention in the future in case raids come. This will deny the gold as well. This is a problem for Recon. Doesn't have access to gold very easily. He'll move over towards this gold maybe, but it's going to be relatively exposed. Maybe he's going to go for outpost rush himself. Yeah, he's had enough. He says, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it too. He's going to go for an outpost there. Oh, this is a nice spot for an outpost. It's going to deny the villagers on food. This is a problem for Recon, slowly growing. Nice positioning there for Demuslim. Oh, Demuslim has more villagers. He might get the up. No, looks like Recon has the outpost up first. Demuslim will be able to stop any further progression of the outpost rush. That's the important bit. He's getting hand cannon slits as well. Hand cannon slits coming in for Recon as well. So that's a nice defense there for Demuslim. As we can see, the hand cannon slits. Are these focusing down on the villagers? Does it range? Oh, it doesn't have the hand cannon slits just yet. It's going to run away with the villagers instead. This could be sieged down actually. This is a kind of as a missed opportunity for Recon. It could siege this down because there is no hand cannon slits. It's not in place yet, but it doesn't notice that he's going to move over towards the deer. Can't blame him with all this going on. Have the presence of mind to think about that is difficult. It's going to go for this gold instead. Does have access to a decent amount of gold. So much going on in this match. Holy smokes! And who thought mirror matches were boring, eh? Oh, this outpost is actually ranging the wood villagers here. Villagers are losing health here. Villager goes down, another one's going to go down as well. And the Muslim might need to relocate that wood line just a little bit. Holy smokes. Villagers are coming back for the Muslim. Ooh, going to build an outpost on that gold. This is a crazy game. The outpost should go up for Recon. He started building it earlier. But the Muslim does have more villagers, so it could go up at relatively similar times. Recon's one goes up first. The Muslim's going to go up second. The garrisoning of the outpost happens for Recon. The Muslim's not garrisoning his. This could be sieged down relatively quickly. If Recon notices that, it just needs to siege this down. And he could potentially do that. Villagers being pulled out by the Muslim. Recon's not twigging onto that, just like he missed on the opportunity here. This one has hand cannon slits now. Yeah, Recon would need to siege that down. But the one villager that's in there will cause a lot of damage. Especially if there's no textiles, which there isn't for Recon at the moment. It's an absolute mess of a game. Recon looking to wall this up on the sides. Maybe looking to secure this goal. This might be a bit safer if you can wall up this area as well. But that will be a big ask. You're going to have to send a villager on a mission to do that. Villager's going forward again for Demuslim. Is he going to continue the outpost rush? It's going crazy. Oh, an outpost here would be insane. No, he's just going to go to get the wood there on the front lines, protected by the Barbican and the Sun. Yeah, looks like Recon looking to solidify this position for the gold. I'm actually walling this section as well, so going to have access to gold there. Nicely done. Let's just check how much is there. It is 8,000 gold? Yeah, 8,000 gold. Plenty of gold there to be taken. That's actually a good position for gold for Recon because Demuslim hasn't expanded. I say that, but Demuslim has expanded indeed. He has gone to the west side instead. 4,000 gold there in that gold vein. Recon gets to the castle age. Nice timing there. Demuslim doesn't seem to be anywhere close. That's an issue. He's gone up with the astronomical clock tower. Recon be able to get some trebuchets. Probably saving up for it for the wood. He's got the wood. Doesn't have the gold just yet. Trebuchet there will help to push back this Barbican and the outposts that are there annoying him. Right, Demuslim looking to deny this stone as well. I think that might be ranged. That's actually a bit of an issue. Recon tried to wall that up, but again, hand cannon slits coming in. Almost. God, What are we watching? Holy smokes. Yeah, do we see a trebuchet coming out yet? Yeah, we do indeed. One is in the works. Yeah, Villager's putting back there for Recon. Just feels like, I think he's giving up this position. He can't really take any resources here. Can't take the deer, can't take the stone. The outpost rush doing well for Demuslim, biding him some time. Demuslim's going to get up to the next stage. Let's do a quick villager check because it's 55 villagers for Demuslim, 39 for Recon. Don't forget, Demuslim has Song Dynasty, whereas Recon doesn't. He's going up with the Astronomical Clock Tower, going for barracks as well. It's going to be Palace Guard switch, which is going to be very nice for Demuslim. He's got the gold income for sure. The issue here for Recon is that he's quite far behind on economy. He doesn't have the Song Dynasty. That's what's really the big difference here. So the game going longer and longer means that Demuslim's going to be in a stronger position. New age begins, Demuslim gets to the Castle Age, and I suspect we'll be seeing the Palace Guards being produced. Getting horticulture. Is that horticulture? Yeah. Going for another village. Nothing queued up in the barracks just yet. Doesn't have the food, to be fair. There we are. There are the Palace Guards coming out now. Trebuchet looking to take out the outpost one by one. Takes some time. They will happen. Recon getting a decent amount of map control on the right side. Gets the monastery, looking to get some of the relics. That will certainly help his economy. We shall see if Demuslim's going for relics as well now that he is in the Castle Age. Doesn't appear he's got a monastery just yet. Thing is that he's been on Song Dynasty with 2 town centres for quite some time. That's really going to boom things for him. Recon stuck on 1 town centre really, and that's going to be an issue. I think Recon's going to be falling behind. The longer the game goes on, you just feel Demuslim from a bird's eye perspective is going to have the advantage with a better economy. And this has bought him a lot of time. This will take time for Recon to clean up. And that'll take a lot of time. That it means that Demuslim can build up his army, his Palace Guard army numbers, and then start to push him one big push. A lot of villagers on food. Holy smokes, that's a lot here. But Demuslim doing good work here to keep the tax collection up on this mill. As you can see, Palace Guards now coming out. Let's just see where they're rallying to this position here in between the 2 town centres. Relic is being brought back home for Recon. Trebuchet now starting to attack the Barbican on the side. I'll be interested to see if Demuslim looks to repair this to buy himself even more time. Doesn't seem to be doing so just yet. Palace Guards looking to snipe the monk, looking to get the relic. Oh, in fact, the Palace Guards decide to actually... Yeah, he sends one back. Sends one back to go for the relic. In fact, the Palace Guard's waiting for him. The monk will go down, I'm afraid. Trebuchet doing good work against Barbican and the Sun. Barbican and the Sun down to less than half the health. Sacred Site being caught though by Recon. This wall will be sieged down by Palace Guards, and the problem for Recon is he doesn't have anything here. Going to be sending a villager to repair. That's going to be necessary. Sending 2 villagers, getting an outpost in the gold vein. If he loses this position, that's going to be a problem for him because that's his access to gold, the relic and the gold vein itself. Villagers being pulled back by Demuslim, not looking to repair that Barbican in the Sun. Lancers are on the field. That's going to offer some mobility for Recon. That's definitely a good thing for him. Second Trebuchet on the field as well. And you just feel though as the game goes on, village camp 8-2 for Demuslim, looking very healthy. 49 for Recon, not looking as healthy. Lester B is there on the field, giving us a good fireworks show. Ooh, Stonewall's going down for Recon, looking to solidify that position, protect it. He knows the importance of it. It's his gold source of income here. He has got Stonewalls now, which means that he is a bit more safe now. Got the gold vein protected and the monastery with the relic. And the sacred site as well, so that's not to be snuffed at. That's actually a lot of gold there. That's 100 gold per minute. That's another whole 100 gold per minute with 4 villagers there. That's 40 gold per villager. That's 160 gold per minute. So upwards of, quick maths, holy smokes, 360 gold per minute I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, slowly but surely, numbers are building up for Recon, slowly pushing this out. We've got Nesta Bees. We had 2 trebuchets. Yeah, there's a second one. We've got Lancers in to defend. The good thing for Demuslim is that if he sees the Lancers, he can quite easily tech into Spearmen. He's got the barracks on the field already. That is a key issue. He's got a trebuchet of his own now. Yep, switching to farming economy now, Demuslim. 96 villages for Demuslim, 53 for Recon. Just get the feeling that Recon probably knows he's behind on villages. Going to need to press the issue. He's being a bit passive here. Needs to push a bit faster because he's on a timer, but he doesn't know that necessarily. Trebuchet going towards the Barbican and the Sun, looking to push on from this side. He doesn't have anything else near the Trebuchet, so he needs to be careful of that not getting sniped. Palace cycling down the right side. Bit of exposed economy here. There is an outpost there that will offer some protection. Springald emplacement coming in. He does have hand cannon slits already. Palace is going to dive in on the gold villages here. A lot of gold villages here, right for the taking. Recon not noticing. Holy smokes. Okay, he notices now. Pulls it back and does lose one villager, but the knights and the lancers there are on hand. They can fight. I'm not sure if Demuslim fights. He probably doesn't. He's going to look to back off. Although he will be taking bad trades because lancers are faster, of course, on the horseback. The Muslim running away though. Palace guards are no slouches. They're pretty fast. Oh, look at the booming economy here for the Muslim. He's got access to this left side as well. Hasn't bothered to pick up the relics just yet though, but has got gold access. That's the main thing. There's a boar here right for the taking as well if he so wished. Trebuchet is looking to push here on the right side for Recon with the Barbican and the Sun and the two Trebuchets. Lancers pushing forward, so Recon pushing forward, but let's take a look at the military count. 35 for Demuslim, 31 for Recon. Muslim not too worried about this. He probably knows that he's ahead economically. Starting to get some spearmen now, as we discussed. Veteran spearmen no less, and that's going to be a strong army here to counter the Lancers. Lancers are going to dive in on the Trebuchet. Trebuchet needs to pack up. It is packing up. There's only two spearmen there. I mean, Recon's just backing off from that. I'm not sure. Those two spearmen there could take that fight potentially. Doesn't want to rush into it though. It's taking the fight now anyway, so could have taken that earlier, but in any case there's lots of spearmen here for Demuslim that would have swept in anyway. But not too much of a missed opportunity. Lots of stone in the bank for Demuslim, looking to maybe get a forward keep, sending villagers forward. I suspect that's what it's for. Maybe they could get it in that central area. Looking to push this back now. There are trebuchets on the field. Trebuchets are there for Demuslim, just the one actually. Looking to siege down the trebuchets, sending the palace guards in. Recon hasn't reacted. He hasn't brought his lancers out. Castle is going to be going up for Demuslim to protect that trebuchet as well. Recon having to defend. This is not good. Recon is behind in economy, behind in military, and that is not a good combination. And this forward base will be taken down now by Demuslim. Barbican of the Sun won't last for too much longer with the trebuchet in behind. And now Demuslim looking strong here. 48 military on the field, but there are Nesta Bees there for Recon. 4 of them. That will actually really help his position because they'll be very good at defending against the infantry. He's quite happy to siege down the Barbican of the Sun now. Looking to access the central sacred site. But that's certainly going to be contested, I'm sure, very shortly by Demuslim. Demuslim has 2 Nesta Bees of his own. Look at that golding up for Demuslim. Recon investing in a keep back at home in forward position in front of that gold. That's going to access the gold for him, so that's going to be a nice position to build on economy wise. But the problem for him is he's so far behind on villagers. 118 for Demuslim, only 60 for Recon. The game, the longer it goes on, you just feel that Demuslim's going to get a bigger stronghold. He's got enough for another keep as well. And now he's looking to decap that central sacred site. Demuslim actually protecting his economy on the right side as well, getting stone walls. Gets a monastery and stone outcropping there. Quite a few Nesta Bees though on the field though, 5 of them. Keeps hold of that sacred site just for now. Let's take a look at the wood situation. That could become a problem actually. Actually no, it won't. Got plenty of wood here. Right, Demuslim saving up a lot of resources. He might be having thoughts of the Imperial Age. But plenty of gold. Just needs, well, quite a bit more food though, to be fair. He does have a farming economy, but not as much as he probably needs. Quite a lot there. Pretty surprised they didn't go for the granaries. Well, it smokes. Palace guards looking to siege down. I think there was a monastery there built for the relics back at home. Palace guards and spearmen. Recon trying to wall back behind. Knights will be coming in hot pursuit, but it's not really a fight that they can take effectively here. The Muslim might just turn around and fight, and he probably should. But there are quite a lot of weak units there. The Muslim, not noticed just yet, trying to squeeze around. He's going to take the fight now, and Recon has to back away from that. It's getting reinforcements in the form of lancers, and behind this, is Demuslim doing anything? Is he getting another keep? Because that would be a nice option. Keep your opponent back at home and then start to build on the front line, trying to extend your position. Units big going around the left side for Demuslim, looking to get some value here. If you can take out these two villages, that would be a lot of population capped that he'll be taking out. Demuslim looking to get to the Imperial Age. What's he going up with? It's going up with the Spirit Way. A very nice landmark. Buildings near this landmark produce dynasty units at 30% minus cost. Nester Bees tracking back around. Nice movement there for Recon to move those Nester Bees. There's the Imperial Age. Recon probably a bit worried about that. Maybe looking to defend his position, go up to the Imperial Age himself perhaps, but he will be behind on economy. Demuslim up at 129 villagers. Once he does reach 200 population, you probably want to push forward from there. Villagers being sent out to gold. Got a lot of it already. They're starting to get the military production, getting barracks in the Spirit's Way influence. Nester B is joining the ranks. The Muslims slowly building up an army. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of fireworks in this show. Nester B's for both players. Yeah, looks like Recon is saving up the food, not investing too much just yet. But plenty of population space to build into. The issue is that the Muslims been on such a strong economy that behind this. I think if you're Recon, probably will know this. 2 town center Song Dynasty. Huge economy for the Muslim at this point. Slowly but surely, the Muslim looking to push forward now. Oh, Spearmen being sent there to raid. This is a really nice unit composition here because whilst they will melt the Nester Bees, well, the Muslim is pretty much pop-capped, so you won't mind too much losing these Spearmen. As long as they get decent value, they probably won't because the Nester Bees absolutely shred them. Holy smokes, though, bad fireworks show there. But on the front side, on the right side, it's a bit of a distraction because there is a Trebuchet and Nester Bees firing at this this keep. Another platoon of infantry being sent round on the right side for Demuslim. Looks like Imperial Academy is being built, looking to get the Song Dynasty for Recon. 24 minutes into the game, 25 minutes into the game. Pretty late, the woodline will be massacred here on the right side. Spearmen and Palace Guys run in. And Villager count is already low for Recon, it's going to get even lower. Trebuchet going to take down that keep, that's going to open a window and a platform to push on forward for Demuslim. There's the Imperial Academy, there's the Song Dynasty. Better late than never. Yeah. Less than half the villagers now. Bombard added to the army. A lot of siege on the map here for Demuslim. Demuslim almost reaching that population cap, 200. Looking to be in a strong position here. Recon. Didn't do enough recon it seems, didn't necessarily notice the 2 town center Song Dynasty. Or at least didn't cotton onto it, but there are lots of Palace Guards going to go down to the Nester Bees. But villagers will be lost, and I think the Muslim won't worry about that trade at all actually. He's got the population space and he's got the materials, the resources to build a reinforcement. Oh, nice healing there for Recon with the Nester Bees. Overall good trade there for Recon, but ultimately the strong economy here for the Muslim is going to power through 1 Trebuchet, 2 Bombards, moving in for the kill now. Military number 67 for Demuslim, only 56 for Recon. Actually, all things considered, not too bad. Siege Workshop does go down. There's a defensive keep there, but I'm not sure how long that'll last with the 2 Bombards. Demuslim just looking to do some raiding there, biding his time, not pushing in too quickly. Not diving in too quickly, despite being a population cap. Looking to mass up his army. Surprisingly, it hasn't gone for the Central Sacred Site. Has picked up that relic though. Yeah. Yeah, rushing in with Palace Guards again. Just, I don't know if he's got a bigger plan or something. Is he building up massive infrastructure behind? I think that's probably what he's doing. Using the forward forces as a distraction. Okay, Recon does get to the Imperial Age, but Recon is going to be under pressure here on the right side. Demuslim pushing through. The keep will be looking to go up. There's only a couple of villages there. 7 of them. Demuslim has a lot of villages there. He could siege down the castle. Instead, the Palace Guard's going to make short work of the village. I think it's a Doubt Castle. I don't think this keep's going to go up. And that's going to spend trouble for Recon. It's going to run out of gold access. Because Recon is gobbling it all up. And if he takes down the monastery as well, that's 2 relics that are going to be denied there. And things going from bad to worse for Recon. Doesn't have the army on the field in the right position to be able to push. They're all back at home in the main base, but actually a lot of the economy was on the right side. Does lose the 2 relics as well now, and Recon under a lot of pressure. Monastery going there for Demuslim. Looking to capture those 2 relics himself. And I think here, I think Recon's going to struggle. He's going to move forward with his lancers, but if these get taken out, it's going to be hard to replace them. Demuslim can afford another keep. Got a lot of villages on that stone outcropping. These might go down though. Yeah, the villages will go down to the lancers there. Lots of infantry going down the right. The relics are being smashed and grabbed. All bombards circling the right way around. And these villages... Oh, there's a hole there. I think Recon didn't necessarily notice that. The bombards will get through. Villages there for Demuslim. Maybe looking to put a keep there on this gold. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. This keep will go up, and I think this keep goes up. That will be the GG, because there's not much that Recon could do. Not having a safe gold income apart from this one on the front line. We shall see. The keep going up here for Demuslim. Going to deny that gold income. This is going to be a problem for Recon, that's for sure. Lack of gold here for Recon, except from that forward gold on his front of his base. That's exactly where he's going now, but he's going to lose a lot of villagers here. That's part of the problem. He didn't have that many villages to start off with, and now he's going to stonewall him out. There's a stone wall going up for Demuslim on the right side to keep control, large amount of map control going on there. Tithe Barns comes in for Demuslim, so the relic's going to be gathering other resources as well. Getting the stone, and this is a problem because I think Recon knows it. He's under a lot of pressure, and he's going to take a fight here, keeping the lancers back at home. He's going to be under pressure here on the front of his base as well. Lots of spearmen, palace guards, and cannoneers in the mix as well with Nesta Bees. This is the onslaught. This is the push forward for Demuslim and the front of his base, and I think he taps out. Recon knows his beat. He doesn't have the army there, doesn't have the economy. He knows he's behind, and he taps out. Demuslim evens the score 2-2. We go to the final game of the set. Guys, it's all coming down to the wire. The winner of the next game will proceed to the semi-finals. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The final game of the best of 5 between Demuslim and Recon is going down to the wire. Both players fighting for their position in the semi-finals for Pool 2 for the June monthly finals for the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy. The champion of this pool will book their ticket to Castle Heidelberg for the road. Well, for the main event, which is Redbull Wololo Legacy. We have, in this final matchup, on Frisian Marshes of all maps, one of my favourite maps in this whole competition. We've got on the right side, Demuslim playing in blue as the Mongols, and on the west, well, the north really, we've got Recon playing in red as the French. 2 really aggressive civilizations, no surprises there because of the aggressiveness of this map. The gold is always an issue. What has to be said about this particular spawn, well, for Recon at least, he's got 2 golds that are pretty far back, but they're pretty far away from the town centre. That is the issue. This will be a hotly contested area. If Recon can secure this area, that will be very key, because that's his gold income, that's for sure. Demuslim, on the other hand, has a pretty rough gold spawning, has to be said. That gold is far forward, but the good thing for him is that because he's playing as the Mongols tend to be quite aggressive early on, and that will offer him the map control to be able to safely take the gold. And as long as he can get that map control with the military on the field by being aggressive, this won't necessarily be too much of a devastating feature. It's not ideal, but it looks like Demuslim is going to be aggressive considering his map. He's got a barracks being built next to the Ovu, probably an outpost rush, which is what we commonly see from the Mongols. The French, though, looking to get the gold and get that quick age up. That's what's needed in this matchup, that's for sure, against the Mongols. And both players looking to vie and seal their position in the semi-finals. Demuslim being a bit annoying with the scout there, has to be said. And the scout looking, yeah, we see it. So Recon has done his recon. He sees the villager going forward, trying to get the outpost up, but that won't be happening. Looks like the outpost rush is denied, at least for now. That's actually huge for the French being played as by Recon. Another villager will be going forward though, looking to sneak past, but the scout will be looking to see what he can find. Recon doing the recon. The spearmen are going to join in, so this is the issue. The spearmen are now joining in. That's the problem for Recon, because you can't actually engage. You can't really stop this particularly easily because of the two spearmen there in the stealth forest. Recon will probably spot this now. Does he get a notification? Does he see that? Yeah, I think he backs off now. Two scouts on the field for Recon. The Muslim will be able to push forward with that, but it'll be interesting to see if Recon decides to go heavy on wood. It looks like he's pulled some villagers over to wood for four villagers there. Maybe looking to get an outpost up because he will want to defend his position. But if you can delay the outpost rush as much as possible, that'd be ideal, because the whole idea about the outpost rush from the Mongols is to delay the French, to be able to let the Mongols in the back of that develop a large force in either feudal age or go for a fast castle. And looks like the Muslim is going to target that gold. As you can see, the map generation helping Recon, because if the gold was further forward like it is for the Muslim, like here, the outpost might already be up. And it looks like Recon's going to pull away from the gold entirely. May look to delete the mining camp. Doesn't actually do it though. Outpost is going up on that gold. This is going to be a problem because we said that both these golds is going to be a problem here for Recon. He's going to need to solidify this position, and he didn't. Two golds are going to be denied. There's no other gold access here really for Recon. He's not going to be able to get any early knights on the field. He'll need to go for horsemen instead. And yeah, looks like Recon will suffer the losses of this mining camp. Demuslim will get the raid bounty as well. And the Khan being annoying. Outpost going up on the wood line needs to protect that economy, that's for sure. And this is where Demuslim is looking to be in a strong position because he's got 4 spearmen there. The age up may need to see Recon investing in an archery range to halt this progression, because stable units won't help him with the number of spearmen that are on the field. Outpost goes up, and I think Recon is going to be under pressure again because it looks like Demuslim's going to place another outpost relatively close by. He doesn't actually have the wood for it, to be fair, so he needs to wait and bide his time. He is on gold as well, so 4 villages on gold, looking to get up to that castle age relatively soon, but on the back of this I suspect the Muslim will now be facing some pressure, some pushback, because Recon has reached to the feudal age. As you can see, he drops that archery range. They're going to get some archers on the field, rushing it up with 3 villagers. Villagers will need to go on wood, because that's going to be the key resource for those archers' production. Garrisons the outpost. Khan will be taking damage here, might lose. Yeah, the Khan will go down. And the outpost rush continues. Demuslim putting another one on the stone, on the gold rather, looking to solidify that position. This can become a problem. If Demuslim does get to the feudal age relatively quickly, the arrow slits, although, yeah, the arrow slits upgrade for the outpost will be coming in. That'll make things even worse. I think if you're Recon, as soon as you see, he needs to mass up archers, and I'm sure we'll be seeing it. It's going to be demonstrating how to try and defend an outpost rush effectively here. The archers do deny the second outpost. That's actually very, very key. What's important here is that the Muslim has kept the spearmen inside the outpost, because whilst it doesn't have arrow slits, if the spearmen aren't there, then it becomes even more harder for Recon to actually siege us down, because if it doesn't have the spearmen there, what Recon could potentially do is get some archers, get the villagers. As soon as Demuslim gets to the feudal age, where he would normally be getting arrow slits, he can then siege this outpost down. But the problem he faces is the fact there are 4 spearmen. We see this as a point of failure of a lot of outpost rushes from the Mongols. If you don't keep your spearmen inside the outpost until the arrow slits are there, that could become a huge problem, because then effectively the outpost is just vision, and it can be sieged down by the villagers. But Demuslim not making such mistake in such a high stakes game today, the 5th game of this best of 5, the winner of whom will solidify their position in the semi-finals for this tournament. The Knights do come out though. He had enough gold to squeeze out, and will be taking 1 villager. An outpost defensively is going down for Demuslim. The spearmen can be garrisoning in as well. More spearmen coming out for Demuslim. He is aging up himself with the deer stones. The gold will be protected now by that outpost. Comes up at a good time. Recon looking to push this back, and can't persist. Like, this is the problem though. We can't. He just doesn't have any other access to gold. We move over here further forward into no man's land. We'll need to build a outpost there for sure. Protect that position, I'm sure. Yeah, there's the feudal age. Well, no, it's not the feudal age. New Khan rises in timing with the feudal age. And we'll probably see the arrow slits coming in for these outposts. Will we see that happening? Yes, indeed. Aristot's coming in just for one so far. The other one will be coming in relatively soon once he has enough stone. Has been using the stone for double production. And this is where Recon is going to be slightly aggressive with the archers, looking to snipe some villagers. One villager should go down to the archers. Manages to escape just about. Will he go down? He's just about escaped, it seems. And now looking to siege down this outpost. This will present quite a good value for Recon if he can get it down. But there are a lot of spearmen there. Their cavalry will be going down. Archers getting sniped. There are not enough archers. 3 of them. Because the arrow slits, not the arrow slits, but the tower is doing a bit of damage here. I think this tower actually has arrow slits anyway as well. Yeah, this is pushed back. Recon pushes is pushed back here, I'm afraid. And the Mongols going to be taking gold again. Oh, but the Muslim does lose everything. He loses a spearman. That's an issue. The Muslim actually struggling on the production side of things. Just has a barrack so far. Double producing spearmen. But there are archers on the field. That's not going to help him too much. He's going to need to rely on the outpost and the arrow slits. Villager looking to repair. Horseman looking to dive, but won't want to because take too much damage from the arrow slits. The gold villagers are on hand. 4 of them on that gold mine. Exposed. If the Muslim sees that, he will want to pounce on that instantaneously. Arrow slits coming in. Not there yet. Now things have stabilized, but the thing is the Demuslim behind this is looking good on the food count. Really starting to build them up because food for Recon is on short supply. Investing in the horsemen. Holy smokes, we didn't see that happen, but slowly but surely. This is the issue. He didn't have arrow slits. Nothing garrison in this. Didn't notice it. The villager will go down though before it can build up a second outpost. But the first outpost has gone up with arrow slits. That is huge. It's just a bit of annoyance more than anything, actually, to be fair. But the second outpost, if that went up, that would have been huge. There's an action going down here. Horsemen and archers looking to take down the Khan and the Aoe4, putting pressure here. Recon doing a lot of food age aggression. Looks like the Muslim is trying to get a stable up to invest a bit more in food age. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get to the castle age just yet. It's going to need to fight this off. May lose another villager, but there are only 4 archers there. Doesn't seem to have enough firepower to one-shot them, that's for sure. Stable gets cancelled. Another stable being built closer to the outpost with arrow slits in a safer position. Okay, so Recon having to relocate the wood line there on the right side. Now, Demuslim might lose this ovary, which is a bit of an issue. Won't be able to double produce anymore if he does. The outpost though is doing good work against the archers. Archers being lost for free here for Recon. A little bit sloppy by his high standards, obviously. Okay, Hardened Khan looking to try and defend the ovary. The ovary will go down though. Wolves getting on the action. The spearmen do notice this. The Muslim notices the villagers. There's no outpost here. We discussed it earlier. The need for an outpost there was crucial, and now Recon is off gold again. That is huge. These villagers won't be able to make it back in time, I think. It might take a couple of casualties. Expect maybe lose 1. They're relatively fast on their feet though, to be said. Might lose 1 there. Ram coming in for Recon, looking to put the pressure in the feudal age. The Muslim looking to bide his time to the castle age. If he can get himself to the castle age, that will certainly help his matters, but it is a large investment to be made. Really, the feudal age aggression is the only option here for Recon because he's starving of gold. There's no real way for him to get to the castle age. The problem for him is that he's got knights coming in, but spearmen will be enough to deal with this. Or large army coming forward now for Recon, pushing the Muslim off gold. Has enough gold to get up to the next stage, but I don't think he'll want to because he won't be able to afford anything once he does get there. Archers there looking to sit underneath the outpost despite arrow slits there. Ram looking to ram down that outpost. Our archers are going to do some good work. Villagers looking to repair and garrison back into the arrow slits. This is the focus for attention here. Big fight here. Knights doing good work. Archers doing good work against the spearmen. Spearmen going to be taking out this knight possibly. Knight survives. This is a royal knight of all things, but the villagers looking to siege down the ram. There's just not enough archers here. You feel spearmen going to take down the knight. That's the problem. Now Recon has to back off. Only 2 archers left. The Muslim with a successful defense is going to heal up the tower as well. That's huge because that tower going down would be a big problem. It does have arrow slits invested in it. Now Recon gets pushed back. That arrow slits came in clutch play here. Recon has to go back with his tail between his knees, and now he's going to struggle here because he invested a lot in that push. And the second outpost now going for the Muslim to solidify his position on that gold. Will be able to afford arrow slits as well, and getting another ovary as a replacement. Recon forced to go to barriers, getting another stable on the field. Will be for horsemen because he doesn't have access to gold. And again, this denial was so strong. I'm a bit surprised that he didn't clear this up. I'm a bit surprised that Recon went in for the kill rather than clearing this up. I mean, if he did actually, to be fair, if he did take out this outpost, that would be a bad problem for the Muslim. But instead he wasn't able to take it out, and now Demuslim's going to be having quite a large army here on the back of this, looking shortly to get up to the castle age. No doubt with a step redoubt, if he builds a step redoubt here, these villages will collect even more gold, and from there you feel that Demuslim has a strong position. Recon still in the game though, obviously. Lots of time to be had. Is going for an outpost on the berries. It's a bit surprised that he's not going for the shorefish. Aeroslits comes in that second outpost. Double production of horsemen there for the French. Another ram being built. Recon will need to be patient. A lot of army here on the field for Demuslim, especially that he's going to, on the back of this, get the castle age upgrades once that comes in. 37 villagers for Demuslim, 48 for Recon, obviously benefiting from the French town centre working faster. But what that means is it has less food to be able to invest in military. Ram looking to take out the barracks might just indeed do so, but Recon needs to be brought beware, because he needs to use Recon against this, because this army is slowly starting to build up for Demuslim. Going to move the barracks away, Mongol style. Ram looking to have another attack. I don't think Recon has enough here. The archers will tickle the horsemen, but we'll be able to do good against the spearmen. Focus firing that now. There's a lot of horsemen on the field, but to be honest with you, Demuslim has more horsemen on the field anyway. This isn't really a fight that Recon can take, you feel. The archers are going to try and get as much value as they can, but these will go down. The horsemen in plenty of numbers for Demuslim. The archers actually a decent amount of effort doing here. Close fight. In fact, actually, Mongols probably have to back off here, but buys himself a lot of time. Again, Demuslim trying to get to the castle, but just needs to invest more in horsemen so he doesn't die in the meantime. Good push there from Recon, getting another 2 rams now, and slowly but surely the momentum is building for Recon. The power of each push is starting to increase because of the economy behind it. Alright, villages on stone. Looks like Recon might be going for a second town centre here. Or maybe, yeah, looks like it. Must be. That'd be pretty strong if you get a second town centre on the back of this. We shall see if that's the case. Okay, double rams, horsemen, archers. But, okay, this is nice here for Demuslim, because, in fact, the army composition for Demuslim just only needs to be horsemen. That's all it really needs to be. A couple of spearmen in there as well, but double horsemen. If he has numbers, the horsemen will take care of the rams. That's what he wants to do. The arrow signal maneuver being used by the Khan. If you get rid of the rams, then he can focus fire on everything else. The archers won't be enough. I think Demuslim can take out the rams and then back off and build his numbers again. The rams loses 600 wood there in an instant. It's going to garrison his army in the arrow slits towers. Might lose one more horseman. Yep, he does indeed. And the push is again stopped from Recon. Recon going to dive in with his horseman, looking to siege down. I don't think he can do that though. Doesn't have the numbers. Will lose another horseman for his troubles. And Demuslim gets to the castle age. That's the problem for Recon, that's for sure. Recon just doesn't have golden access. This has come down to a gold game here. And Recon choosing not to take this out on the left side. This is relatively exposed, and he would have access to gold again. You just feel like Recon is struggling here because he's trying to push the effort. He's trying to be aggressive. You've got to commend him for that. But doesn't have access to gold to go to the castle age himself. That means he's under a lot of pressure to do damage early. There is a step redoubt. We'll be going up, but actually this aggression is paying off because Recon is pushing this back. Will Demuslim expand here? He's expanded here on the south for the food economy. Lost the food economy of the shorefish. Whereas it's a bit strange that, yeah, I mean, Recon went for the berries. I'm not too sure how much I feel about that. Bit of an awkward situation going for the bears rather than the shorefish. And Recon looking to siege down the second outpost, so suddenly we'll get that value that he was looking to get. Gold going to become an issue for Demuslim now. Yes, to the castle age, but he spent a lot of gold to get there. Doesn't have the gold now to produce units now that he's in the castle age. Demuslim needs to pull those villagers back because now Recon is moving forward. Okay, the villagers will be intercepted. A couple of them will go down to the archers. 2, 3, probably a 4 or 5 only. 4 and maybe another. Good luck. 5. Yeah, 5 go down. But now Demuslim under a lot of pressure. This game is absolutely cracking for the 5th game of the set. Ger being taken out. Not too much of a bomb there for Demuslim. Not huge investments being lost there. Being pushed forward. Recon getting an outpost there in the stealth forest for that extra vision. Don't forget, being in the castle age means that a lance or 2 will change the fight, and that's exactly what's happening here. Don't forget the Mongols can double produce with the Aoe4 being online. 3 lancers there. 4 Lancers, Man-at-Arms. Yeah, Recon doesn't have something to counter this. The archers will absolutely tickle them. Recon needs Castle Age and he just won't have it there. Unless he can have a massive onslaught quick enough, which he won't because the step redoubt is there, protected with an outpost, and the Lancers will be able to protect that position. Recon on a ticking timer, you just get the feeling that he needs to get up to the next stage. Struggling for that gold though. Another stable going down for Recon. No plans to go up to the next stage anytime soon. Okay, but Recon doing good work to deny the gold, that's for sure. Villagers getting too close for comfort. Lancers, they're going to sweep around. The Lancers will clean this up, I suspect. Full Lancers is the play for Demuslim really in the Castle Age. Going to get some hit and run tactics. Make sure that the outpost gets the spring on placement first if you can. Going to look to repair the outpost. That's a strong position. Villagers being lost by Demuslim. That's not economy that he has actually, because the French will have a lot more economy. 64 economy for Recon, 38 for Demuslim. Holy smokes, the Lancers doing good work though. The army not strong enough here for Recon. You feel like Recon's just trying to push the issue too much. He will want to get up to the Castle Age himself, but now he's going to lose a lot of army because the Lancers are going to be wrapping around, cleaning up a lot of this. Lancers do pull back though. Demuslim looking to pull back and make sure he has a solid defense on that gold so he can produce even more. Again, I don't get this. Recon is going for the berries and not the boar. The boar is literally right there for the taking. Oh, that's what he's doing now. He's going for the boar now and the gold there. He does have access to the gold now, so that's what he's going to do. He does have access to 8,000 gold. There's a lot there. He doesn't want to take the boar out too far out from the outpost though. Oh, the villager might go down to the boar. In fact, yeah, it looks like the boar will take down the villager on that, I'm afraid, for Recon. Rough spot has been focusing on the front lines more. I think if you're Recon, you need to bide your time. He's got more villagers, he's got the better economy. 65 villagers. If you can make the game last longer, you feel like in this position, from this position, Recon does have a good possibility of winning. Yep, this position even harder to push now because spring on emplacements are in the outposts. And 2 of them so far. Farming economy for Recon. Again, a surprise with so much fishing available. Bucket economy defendable by outposts was possibly seeming the better option, but Recon is looking to get this 5th game if he can. Doubling down with barracks, he's sticking himself out in the feudal age. French are incredibly strong in the feudal age, so don't necessarily blame him. He's going to go for stone. Maybe, I mean, I'm not sure where he spent that other stone on. I think it's going to be the outposts, getting the arrow slits basically. That's what the stone's being spent on here. He's massing up a quite large feudal age army, but it's not going to be enough because we see the Mongols here. Where is the army actually for the Mongols? Looking to cycle around now, getting some damage here. You can see the Lance is going to push through with the mobility with the Khan. Going to get some villagers here which are idle if they're not careful. The Lancers do go the other way. Looking to get hold of this gold here, and this is an issue. Lancers are going to idle this economy. Recon putting the villagers back and not garrisoning in the outpost. 2 outposts not being built quick enough. I'm afraid it's under a lot of pressure now. Recon's going to lose a lot of villagers. This is looking rough for Recon. Going to look to send some spearmen to defend, but they're not in there in time. They're too slow. Things aren't going the way of Recon, I have to say, but he's going to try and push again with 2 rams. But this time the spring order emplacements in place there. He's not going to be able to siege that down. Loses horsemen already. And there are Lancers, Man-at-Arms there. Big fight here for Demuslim. This might be the telling tale of the signs of the game, which direction is going to head. Knights dying there to the spring order emplacements. Recon forcing the issue, trying to snipe villagers, and going to be sniping the crossbows as well. But Rams will take down 1 outpost, which will be a little bit of a progress, but the Lancers, Man-at-Arms are going to clean everything else up. The archers will go down. And yeah, Castle Age units will be no match for the feudal age army there from Recon. Military numbers really dwindling now. 15 for Demuslim, but they're just so much better. 32 army on the field for Recon. Now Spearmen get involved, but they're pretty late to the party. And Ram will be looking to be torched down by villagers and Lancers. Lancers will have to pull back though because a lot of Spearmen here. Recon going to continue the push. The Springolds emplacements in the outpost getting good value. A lot of Spearmen here, starting to build up in numbers here. Ram does go down though. And Demuslim is suffering from a lack of gold. This is an issue because this is the main gold income for Demuslim, and this has actually been pushed off for quite some time. It means the reinforcements will only be food and wood units, but there's a little bit of gold there that has been trickling out with production there. That will be producing the Man-at-Arms. They're already queued up. And now can move out to the gold again, I suspect. Going to repair the outpost. Again, the push is relatively slow. Village count looking healthy for Demuslim. 47 now, 66 for Recon. Oh, Recon's got a lot of stone. A lot of stone. Not sure what that's for. Maybe looking to get some stone walls down. That might be an option, actually. If you can get some stone walls down, that might be an option to help him reboom behind this. Well, not reboom, but boom. So he hasn't lost too many villagers. Might lose a couple more here, but actually the outposts go up. He needs garrison. No, Recon. He's not noticed yet. You've noticed now 2 villagers go down. 3 villagers go down, I believe, and the villagers do garrison in now. Spearmen on the hand, but we'll be losing more with 4 and 5, I think. Yeah, 4 and 1 survives on very little health. She lives to fight another day. Push back is complete though for Demuslim. Demuslim is safe on gold again. This is a lot of gold because this is 17 plus 50% of that, 18. Effectively add on another 9. That is a lot of villagers there. 27 villagers on gold effectively. Ovu has been depleted, I think, or is going to get a second one anyway. As in, he's going to move his Ovu position. Can't have 2 Ovus in one go, so villagers here sitting idle, I'm afraid, for the French. Recon using the farming economy again. I just don't know why he's not using the shortfish. I mean, it does make sense in one way because this economy has been under pressure at times from the Castle Age units. A lot of man-at-arms on the field. Blacksmith going down as well, looking to get the upgrades. Demuslim having the advanced army. Only 17 of them on the field. Only 21 military on the field for Recon as well, so not looking good for Recon at this stage. They lost a lot on that last push. Now the winner of this game will be going on to face up against either Wham or Casva, which will be the next quarterfinal that I'll showcase. It'll be on the next video. Do look at the thumbnails. I'm actually numbering the thumbnails. You can watch the tournament in order if you wish. Khan looking to get some value here, diving in underneath 4 outposts. Not the ideal situation. He's going to back off though. It is the veteran Khan, so it can take a bit of a beating. Step right out. Needs to be relocated now. The gold vein has been expired. Moving down to the south one, there is an outpost there with arrow slits, so Recon will see that, and that might be the focus for attack next, coming up on the next wave. Yeah, he sees that with the outpost. Great vision there. Looks like Recon looking to solidify a position there on the south gold. Has plenty of gold here still. Oh, the villagers need to be careful not to walk in towards the line of sight of the outpost. Still doubling down on field lages Recon. You just feel like if he teched up with the way the game's going, that'll give him a really strong position to push on forward from, but it doesn't look to be going that way. It's focusing on food and wood, not much gold income at all. We can check the difference, have a look, the income per minute. The Muslims just only starting to mine the gold again, so this will pick up, but Recon only got 159 gold per minute. Now, the Muslim going to force the fight. The man-at-arms are going to be taking great trades against the spearmen. Recon has to back off. He can't take this fight in any way, shape or form. If he does, he'll die. That's for sure. And he has to back off to the safety of his towers. As you can see, look, the gold income per minute rising really quickly. 500 gold per minute because of the step down and the number of villages he has mining gold. And Recon having a lot of food, a lot of wood. Needs that gold income though. Yeah, this is not an army that Recon can push in the feudal age. I think Recon only has 1 villager on gold, 0 villagers on gold. This is just not enough for him. Ooh, the crossbows are going to counter the knights. The man-at-arms going to counter the spearmen and archers. And Demuslim looking to be in a really strong position in this stage. Yeah, looking rough for Recon. Just not going for the next stage. Okay. Still looking to push in the feudal age. Holding the lines nicely though. But the problem is he can't push this gold, and that's the big issue because the Muslims capturing a lot of gold. The trebuchets are now on the field. This is going to start to get from bad to worse for Recon because the outposts would melt to these trebuchets. That is for sure in quick time. A lot of production buildings for the Mongols here for Demuslim. Okay, trebuchet is up. 1 is up. 2nd coming up relatively soon. Mangonel going to be built on the field as well. That's going to be a huge amount of Castle Age army and siege on the field to counter the army for Recon. The thing is, Recon has enough food to go up to the next stage, just doesn't have the gold. That's what is lacking. And that trebuchet, those trebuchets will take down the outpost. That'll be a strong position for Demuslim to push out from. Demuslim probably relatively surprised that he's the one incarcerating, his opponent isn't. Again, just sending one villager. This is really awkward. Only has. Yeah, now he's got 10 villagers on gold, looking to get the gold income, spending the food and wood. Oh, that was actually good income per minute there. We toggle back to the current resources, so actually food and gold are actually lacking for Recon, all things considered, but there are mangonels on the field. Recon won't be able to push that. Looking to siege down the outpost with the Aoe4 there. Probably will take care of the outpost, but it does have arrow slits. No springwall, but there is a springwall emplacement in that outpost, looking to do some damage. The outpost will go down, but at what cost? Because there's lots of mangonels being built on the field here for Demuslim. Now the military count really starting to rise. 76 for Recon, 58 for Demuslim, but those 58 army for Demuslim are castle age units. Incredibly strong. The outpost the Aoe4 does get sieged down by the spearmen. But again, just 1 or 2 mangonel shots here will be devastating for Recon. Yeah, looking to wall up the map now, maybe thinking about Castle Age himself. But I think if you're Demuslim now, he's going to push forward. He's got a large army on the field, 2 clockwork traction trebuchets rather, 2 mangonels, man-at-arms. Plenty of force here to deal with the army. Yeah, this is not going to go down well for Recon. You get the feeling that this army for Demuslim is going to rip through this. The crossbow is going to work well against the knights. The spearmen are going to be taken out by the man-at-arms. And yeah, this is a bad fight for Recon. The army's dwindling. This could be the GG. Recon is losing everything here. And the Castle Age army for Demuslim, looking to take this 5th game of the set, will secure its position in the semi-finals. This is looking bad for Recon. Lost his whole army. Doesn't have Castle Age. He's looking to wall up behind this, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold this out because of the trebuchets. Recon looking in bad position. He is losing this last game as it stands, but needs to solidify his position, needs to regroup together. But will he be calling it before then? We shall see. Demuslim going to push forward, going to build on the advantage. The snowball has begun. The Mongol army pushing forward, now looking to siege down the outpost and what's remaining in between him and the primary base, which is just this palisade wall. Recon in bad shape here. Trebuchets are going to unpack on that outpost. Mangonels being built again. Knights and crossbows and man-at-arms going to do a lot of damage. Recon struggling here, going to lose that outpost, going to be losing these palisade gate. It's going to be attacked now by Demuslim. He's going to be sieging this down. Recon in a tough spot. And the trebuchets are going to burn down the palisade gate. And they're going to go through. Demuslim looking to pressure. Recon looking to try and build up the army. Now he can't afford Castle Age, even if he wished to. He needs to produce units, and we're only going to be feudal age army, and Recon looking in trouble here on that woodland, relatively exposed, the farming economy exposed. Demuslim being slow and methodical, he's not rushing it, he's pushing in slowly, keeping his army together. Mangonels in behind. Recon in a lot of trouble here. Demuslim managed to burn through the palisade walls with relative ease, using the trebuchets and the mangonels in behind. And the army is going to dwindle here for Recon. He senses the GG is coming. The mangonels do fire at the farms, and he burns the farms, and with that he burns the hopes of Recon from progressing to the next round. And in fact, it is Demuslim that will progress to the semi-finals in the Road to Redbull Wololo June monthly finals. We shall find out who he is up against in the semi-finals. It's either going to be Wham or Casva, which is going to be the next quarterfinals I showcased on the channel. If you guys want to watch that game, do click on the end card screen now, take you to that video. Hope to see you there. Take care, and see you next time.